And welcome to Planet 412. I am your host who's finally here. Hello to everybody in the chat. I wanted to thank you guys for being patient and sticking here. We had a little issue. Mike was having a little problem with the link. You know, we had gremlins the other night. Maybe that's what was going on here. So I'm not going to waste any time. I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat. I will get to you guys, but I want to bring my guest on right now since we're late. So without further ado, I will unmute. I'll ask him to unmute it, and we will bring Mike on. Hello, sir. How are you?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good to see you. I'm glad we got you here finally.
Yeah, I got it through the email, but there was definitely some gremlins on the Facebook, man. It wouldn't let me on.
It's all good, man. It is what it is. We got a group of people there. We got like 24 people in the chat. I'm sure some were, there and backed out, but they'll be back. It'll get busy. So I just want to real quick say hi to my moderators, BJ, Josie, Nebby, and Kel. Giggles the Clown is here. Vicious Spiral Alpha. Christy, Nicole, Carol, Louise. How you doing, Louise? El Martino. Let's see who else is here. Boomsicle. Mama Dragon. Let's see who else. Calvin, Hancock, Gilsham, Nigezi. You have to tell me how to say that, brother. That's something else. Gilsham. How would you say this, Mike? If you gave it a try, Ngeze. How would you say that? Nagees or geese? They the N might be silent.
Yeah, it might just be geese.
Yeah, let me know, sir, how that is. Al 13, how are you? I want to make sure I say hi to all my fams here. If I miss anybody, I will do my best to get back to you. So welcome, guys. I'm glad you guys are all here. We're going to have a good show for you tonight. We're going to do some stuff that we haven't touched on for the new format. And it's something that Mike and I are definitely familiar with. A lot of people go missing in our parks, in our forests, national parks. And, there's a thing called the missing 411 that is really well known. Some of these missing people that go, that's extremely strange. It is just of such a abnormal nature how some of these people disappear, how they're found. Some are found alive, some are found dead, some are found dead with their clothes folded up next to them, like somebody, did that for them. What am I? Go ahead, Mike. Fill in some of those gaps for the missing 411.
Oh, 411. I love 411. David Politis, he's done a lot of the cases.
That's the author.
Yeah, he's the author. He went like all around, not just the US, but the world. And he got some of the most exclusive, mysterious, unsolved type cases that nobody ever got before. So, I mean, I know like other creators kind of really made his stuff popular, but yeah, when it comes to him, I don't know if this space would be the same without him. I know some people don't like him or whatever. They say he, over whatever cases, maybe dramatizes them and stuff like that. But to me, I'm just glad he put the information out there. So now we can tell the stories on it,
Yeah. And, he, like I was saying, he did start the missing 411. What happened is he was he fixed the camera here. He was a police officer. He was a detective. And what he started to find out, when people were reaching out to him about, missing family members, and he was himself looking for some of these people, and the extreme high strangeness is what grabbed him. And he started investigating these. And one of the things, and Mike, this is, he would go to national parks and talks to forestry service workers, and nobody would help him. They wouldn't give any information, and that's kind of their rule of thumb. They don't give information out. They don't talk about the missing people. Because what would it do? It would cause problems with their money flow. People wouldn't be coming to the parks. People would be afraid to go there if they knew, there's possibly some strange cryptids or creatures, even portals opening and people disappearing in them and never seen again or dying and being found in extremely strange manners. So I am going to pull up this. I had YouTube up before, and let's see here. I'm going to have to reopen it because that's where we're going to be pulling this from. So how's everything been, Mike? What's going on
Just to let you guys know,
with
I'm really
Mystery
not this
Projects?
white. Like, I'm white, but I'm not this white. Something's going on with I'm using like a Logitech here. I usually use my phone for everything, and I didn't even turn any lights on here, but yet I'm washed out. So I probably should have checked this beforehand. I might try to fix it, but yeah, I really don't look like this. I really got a little more color. But other than
Can
that,
you turn that? Can you turn the color, like the brightness, down on the camera?
that's what I'm trying to do right now. Like, I'm on the settings, but the settings box is like this small. So I'm like trying to see like what the heck it says.
Well,
Like,
I know you're not normally that bright, brother. Let me see here. I have a comment from somebody I want to get at while you're messing with that, but you don't really have to worry, brother. It is Lee Crisp sent me something. Where is that? How far is that back, Stacy? From the beginning, from where it is right now. Here, let me read it. Lee Chris says, Matt, did you see the news about the alien encounter in North Carolina? The 911 call was chilling to hear. Well, I'll tell you what, Lee, we can definitely open up the show with working on that one there for sure. So let me, because I'm going to be sharing this. So what I'm going to do is open this up here, and I will throw that right in for you, Lee. Alien encounter in North Carolina, it says, Stace.
yeah, I didn't hear about that either.
Me either, yeah. Let's see here if I can find this. Okay, there's something right here. Alien and UFOs, the creature of North Carolina, scary and hostile. I don't know. A 911 call. Okay, let me add that to the search. That makes a big difference. So, Mike, just to, like we were talking a little bit earlier about what we do here, either I have videos ready, like I have them stored, or, what I do here is I'll just share them real quick. We'll have people throw in things they want to see. And, all right. Yeah, we went over this the other day, but we are going to go over this here, guys. So let me come back. I'm going to share this. This is interesting, Mike. I think you'll get a kick out of this one here.
Yeah, well,
All right, here we go.
Pender County, North Carolina, a place known for its down-home hospitality, rich history, and scenic coastline. But beneath the charm lies something far less inviting, something most don't know about. Hidden in the quiet pine forests and rural back roads are stories whispered by locals, tales of the unexplained, and sometimes the unimaginable. Today we're in Curry, North Carolina, and this ordinary stretch of road, Highway 210, it was once the setting for one of the most unnerving incidents ever reported in the county's history. A man was making his way home, driving the rural back roads of Pender County. In a 911 call just minutes later, a driver reported what he believed was a man bleeding on the side of the road.
Pender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
He told Pender County Dispatch that he'd been traveling somewhere between 55 and 60 miles an hour, making it difficult to clearly identify what he thought he had seen. But then just seconds after the call began, his evening took quite a turn.
I'm kind of in the middle of the woods. at the moment.
Yes, sir. I'm familiar with the area.
What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
Pinner County is a vast, big county. We've got around 900 square miles. On the east part of the county, we have the Atlantic Ocean and a more populated area. We have rivers that come through our county. And then we have what I call the country, which is the western part of the county. And that's where the area of Curry and the Moores Creek National Battlefield is located. Our office has somewhere around 160 some employees. We have about 90 sworn deputies and about 13 detectives. Our office is just like other sheriff's offices. We're responsible for 911 dispatch, the jail, court security, and the service of civil process. And we do answer calls for the public when we get those. Curry is an area on the western side of our county. It has a few small stores, residences, and about 11 o'clock p.m. that evening, a call came into our 911 dispatch of an individual standing on the side of the road, and it appeared to be bleeding. Now, he stated he was traveling 55 or 60 mile an hour, so I can see how traveling at that speed in the dark, it would be difficult to exactly identify what he saw. But he stated that it looked like a human being standing there with streaks of blood coming down. It is very hard to listen to that call, to that 911 tape, without becoming somewhat unnerved. It actually bothered me the first time that I heard it.
Pinner County 911. What's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Moores Creek?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road?
What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road. It's in my truck. In the bed.
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am. I just turned on my bed lights for my truck, and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
According to the CAD notes and the deputy reports, this thing jumped into the back of his pickup truck and began to actually beat on the top of the cab of his truck. You could actually hear something beating on the top of the truck. The caller stated that it was beating and scratching on the top of the cab of his truck. He actually stated that he was able to engage his bed light and was able to somewhat identify this object that was in the back of his truck. At some point, he was able to slam on his brakes, and the force of inertia actually threw this thing out over his hood and onto the highway, where this thing stood up in the roadway, made its way to the wood line, and disappeared in the woods.
Hi, guys, it's Rusty. I'm about to interview the young man that was driving the truck the night of the frantic 911 call. T, finally I get a chance to meet you. I got to tell you, I heard the 911 call.
All right, guys, we showed this when Josh was on the other night. So No. And the thing is really long, so I'm not going to play this entire video. There's really no reason to. The gist of it is what you guys got. There was a real, I wanted you guys to see the police officer because that gives a lot of credibility to what's going on. Obviously, Mike, man, people can fake 911 calls, but that right there is legit. And that really is really crazy to hear the guy say, "It's not human. It's not human." Can you imagine what he saw? As the video goes on, apparently what he saw is like some type of white, almost like crawler looking type of being. So really crazy. But Mike, what's your opinion on that situation?
Honestly, yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I'm surprised I haven't seen that at all. But I do have some questions, and I'm wondering, okay, so he was driving and he sees this thing, right? And then all of a sudden, like, did he slow down or did it catch up to him and hop in the back of his truck? Do we know that? Do we know if he slowed down to look?
He said he saw somebody bleeding on the side of the road. Then I would assume he slowed down and then the thing jumped in the back of his truck. That's what it seemed like to me. Yeah.
So if this is true, whatever jumped in the back of his truck, that moved like that to be able to jump in the back of his truck. But then he says that he accelerated and he hit the brakes and it came off the car, off the top, wherever it was. So that means, and then it went away. So that means it wasn't hurt by the fall. So whatever this is, I guess there's, like you said, the crawlers, the rakes, the things like that. But I mean, I wish he had like a webcam on his thing. I mean, that was
yeah. And a lot of people are getting those. It would have been awesome to see it. But you know what I also question though, Dave? I mean, Mike, I was looking at Dave. Hey, Dave, welcome, buddy. It's good to see you. You get people that have, extreme, events like this happen. And then if they have any type of real footage, real pictures, it always seems to disappear. So I'd be curious if he really did. Would it even make it to the news? You know what I'm saying?
And that's why you got to upload it yourself nowadays. Do not give it to the police or whoever if you need to, right? But people, if you get footage like this, upload it right away because it'll make its way on the web before it's taken down and stuff like that. Because this is something that we'll just never know. But honestly, I don't know. The only thing that sketched me out a little bit is why when he was being interviewed at the end, why didn't you want to show his face?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like pumped if I saw something like that, and I'd be like, guys, seriously, like this. But him not wanting to show his face, I mean, I guess if it could affect his work or something like that, I kind of understand. But it's not like it's a top secret type thing. So why didn't you want to show his face?
Right. Exactly. Oh, that's so. Yeah, that person just got booted. We had a couple of people who were being idiots. So, yeah, I also wanted to say about the person that did not want to show his face. Why didn't? But you know what? I do want to say this though, having all of this type of cryptid stuff that's going on, what happened with me and my friends when I was 14, I've had a lot of people reach out to me. They don't want to show their faces. They don't want the world to know. I've had people reach out to me, Mike, who just wanted to tell me what happened to themselves. Said, that's it. I don't want to be on, I don't want to be on a show. I don't want to be on an interview. I just wanted to tell you what happened. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Let's be honest. A lot of people that come out in today's world don't really get taken care of that much by people. It's changing. They're starting to be accepted more, but I don't know. Hey guys, real quick before we jump on to the next video, I just wanted to look at some of your comments. Let's see. Gina Bugu said, hold on. These move so fast. I'm going to use the phone, man. So Gina said, hello, I think he saw a ghost first. He saw the bleed. Oh, that's right. The bleeding man was a ghost. Thank you for saying that. the bleeding man by the battlefield area, then this rake creature accident, maybe an area that attracts paranormal. Oh, of course it attracts paranormal activity. I wanted to say that one. Thank you for saying that. That's right. It was in an area like, I don't know, maybe a civil war, and there's a known bleeding man. So I forgot about that part. He
Okay,
saw
well,
the ghost, called in about, and then as he calls in about this ghost, the thing jumps in his truck. I mean, could you freaking imagine? So yeah, so we're gonna move on to
that's crazy. That's
it
crazy
really
that there's
is.
lore around it. So it wasn't just so he saw something that's like been in that area for a while then.
Right. A lot of people
Okay.
have seen this thing.
Oh, that changes everything then.
Right. All right. Let me see. I went here earlier. Let me see if it's in my library.
What's up, David? What's up, Vicious Spiral? Thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. It's awesome to see everybody here. All right, here we go. Let me bring this one up. I'll pause it. Hold on. All right. It started out real small. I don't know why. All right, let me share this real quick.
All right.
Get our mugs off the screen.
Lars Mittank traveled to Varna, Bulgaria with a group of friends. They were on vacation, enjoying the beach town, the cheap drinks, and the nightlife. Lars was by all accounts a calm, quiet guy. He wasn't someone known to get into fights or cause trouble. But while out one night at a bar, Lars reportedly got into an argument with a group of local men, possibly over a football rivalry. The fight left him with a ruptured eardrum, which meant he couldn't fly home with his friends. The doctor told him he needed to stay behind and let it heal. His friends offered to stay with him, but Lars insisted they return to Germany without him. He claimed he'd be fine, he just needed a few days to rest. Alone in Bulgaria, Lars checked into a cheap hotel near the airport. What happened over the next few days remains one of Europe's most chilling disappearances. Lars began acting strangely. He called his mother several times, sounding panicked. He told her to cancel his credit cards. He said people were following him. At one point, he left the hotel in the middle of the night, claiming he was being watched by 4 mysterious men. He even texted his mom asking what the side effects of an antibiotic he'd been prescribed were. His behavior kept escalating. The hotel staff described him as nervous, pacing, and constantly checking the windows. Then, on July 8th, the day he was scheduled to fly home, Lars arrived at Varna Airport, and things took a dramatic turn. Surveillance footage from the airport shows him walking into the terminal calmly at first, but within minutes, he appears agitated. He's seen speaking to a staff member, then backing away nervously. Suddenly, without any visible trigger, Lars sprints through the terminal, dashes through the automatic doors, and runs at full speed across the airport parking lot, leaving behind his luggage, passport, and all of his belongings. The last known footage of him shows him vanishing into the trees near a construction site. No one has seen him since. His disappearance has become a breeding ground for theories. Some believe he had a psychotic break, potentially brought on by a reaction to an antibiotic he was taking, or a latent mental illness triggered by stress. Others are convinced something more sinister was happening, that Lars was genuinely being followed or targeted, and whatever he encountered in those final moments was terrifying enough to make him run into the wilderness, barefoot and defenseless. There were alleged sightings in Eastern Europe for years after, but nothing ever confirmed. The strangest part is that his mother insists that Lars was not mentally ill. She believes he was in danger, that he may have stumbled upon something he shouldn't have, or gotten involved in something darker than he realized. The image of him running, wide-eyed and desperate, has been viewed millions of times online, yet no one knows what scared him that badly, and no one knows where he went.
All right, guys, this one I have seen many times. I would assume many of you have. It is one of the most well-known and crazy disappearances ever to happen. And I wanted to ask you guys, and right away I see Giggles the Clown. He says, I wonder if the mob was after him because he did something that they didn't like. And, you know, obviously the way he jetted from the airport, it was like somebody walked in and looked at him, and I mean, you guys know what happened. El Martino says, "Dang, I bet they pulled out the robots to go through his baggage, left all alone." Oh, for sure they did. Um, Louise says, "Yeah, weird. The dude was never found," which makes you think that unfortunately they were probably waiting for him. And, you know, they had a number of people. Whatever he did, it wasn't good. It was maybe money related, drug related. Poor dude, man.
It could
I
be
don't
more
know.
sinister than that. I told this case probably about like 4 or 5 months ago, and I remember when I was doing some research into it that he was at a sports bar at night, and he all of a sudden there was one of like a soccer match on TV, right? And he was rooting for the other side from what basically everybody else in the place was rooting for. And 4 men ended up coming up to him in that bar and kind of like starting a fight with him. And that's actually what started his paranoia. And after that, he actually said that they followed him and they ended up beating him up in an alley, and that they ended up coming back again. So, and then with all this medication and stuff with the mom and stuff, it really is an intriguing case. But I wonder if, he stepped on the wrong toes down there, instead of, de-escalating the situation, if maybe it's just a case of he met the wrong people, got in a
Yeah.
fight, and they hunted him down.
You know, and then I was thinking, like, you know, maybe he witnessed a murder, maybe something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all speculation. Nobody knows exactly what happened. It's tragic, though, man, to think, you know, and you know, you bring up something though, Mike. You know, with the medication. What if there was nobody? You know what I mean? What if he was imagining this? What if it was all paranoia? He was on drugs, but there are places like, you know, in South America and other ones that I forget the name of the drug, but if they like blow it in your face and you like become a willing zombie, that will like empty your bank accounts and give the people who do it to you everything you want. So it makes you think, you know, I
That's
don't
scary.
know.
That's
It's
scary.
horrifying. I forget the name of that drug, BJ. If you can look it up, it literally makes you completely give anything you want, anything they want to you, like to them. People have drained their life savings. I mean, it's really freaky. And if they give you even a tiny bit of the stuff to you, like more in the wrong way, the people will die. I forget what it's called.
So does it just like make them like almost like a truth serum, but almost like paralyzed too, where they're just like a zombie and they give out information? Or
Yeah, they just are walking around and they like they're normal, but they're a zombie. They give them anything they want, anything.
and that's
And then,
true, David. Sports fans in Europe, they are very serious about their teams.
thank you, Josie. Yes, they wake up the next day, like when the drug wears off, and they're like, "What happened?" And then all of a sudden, everything's gone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
So
need to
we're
know what that's called so I never come in contact with it.
Al 13. Thank you. Goofer dust is what it's called. David Lancaster says you're talking about a sap from a tree that contains scopolamine. Yeah, so that stuff is yeah. Thanks, BJ. BJ just came scopolamine, rohypnol, and well, GHP too. That's an extremely strong Colombian. David said. Lucretia, let's see, Lucreticia. There is some plant grown in South America that people utilize to get people to hand over all their money. Yeah, that's it.
That's crazy.
What we were just talking about. So really wild, man. And like I said, I saw the show that they said that even just the tiniest of amount too much, and the people will die.
Well, this is scary because it's not something you have to take. You're saying it's something that somebody
No,
can
they
just
blow it in their
like
face.
blow it in your face and you're done. Like,
Right. They blow it in their face. They put it in their drink, and they're completely within, I guess, like 15 minutes. They're all theirs. All right, here goes the second.
In 1912, in the small town of Opelousas, Louisiana, 4-year-old Bobby Dunbar disappeared while on a fishing trip with his family near Swayze Lake. His parents claimed he vanished sometime during the day, possibly while wandering near the water. A massive search was launched immediately. Hundreds of volunteers scoured the area,
Thank you, Vicious
dragging
Spiral.
the lake, searching the woods, and even setting off dynamite underwater in case his body was stuck in the lake bed. But Bobby was gone. The town was devastated. For 8 months, his disappearance became a local obsession. Then, in early 1913, a boy matching Bobby's description was found traveling with a man named William Walters, a traveling handyman in Mississippi. Walters claimed the boy was the son of Julia Anderson, a woman who had entrusted the child to his care. But the Dunbars were convinced the boy was Bobby. Walters was arrested for kidnapping. The authorities arranged for a reunion between the boy and Bobby's mother. At first, the boy didn't recognize her. Witnesses later claimed she hesitated, unsure if the boy was actually hers. But after spending a few days with him, she announced to the press and the police that he was, in fact, her son. Case closed, the newspaper said. Bobby Dunbar had been found, Walters was sentenced to prison, the boy was returned to the Dunbar family and raised as their own. But there was a problem. Julia Anderson, the woman who had entrusted the boy to Walters, showed up. She insisted that was her son, Bruce, and that the Dunbars had taken him. She had no money, no lawyer, and no support. When the courts ruled in favor of the Dunbars, she lost custody forever. She returned to Mississippi heartbroken, labeled a liar and an unfit mother by the press. For decades, Bobby Dunbar lived under that name, unaware of any of this. But in the early 2000s, Bobby's grandson began investigating the family's history. Something didn't sit right. Eventually, the family agreed to a DNA test comparing Bobby's descendants to those of the Dunbars. The results shattered a century of belief. The boy who had grown up as Bobby Dunbar was not biologically related to the Dunbars. He was Bruce Anderson. Julia Anderson had been telling the truth all along, which means the real Bobby Dunbar was never found. To this day, no one knows what actually happened to him. Whether he drowned, was abducted, or suffered some unknown fate, his case remains officially unresolved. Meanwhile, an innocent man was imprisoned, and another family raised a child who wasn't theirs, all because the truth was too painful, and the need for closure outweighed the facts.
All right, let me stop this here. And yeah, you're right, BJ. I was thinking it was too soon. So thank God it's 2 weeks from now and not one. It's the 11th and 12th. Is that 1 week or two? No, yeah, BJ, it's 1 week, honey. I was right. It's not this. Yeah, it's next weekend. So it's Mike. I don't know if you're aware. I don't know if I told you. So we're starting to do, and what I wanted to talk to you about after show. We'll discuss. I'm starting to go on location to places that are paranormal, supernaturally known hotspots. Have you ever seen the Hellier docu-series on Prime?
No, but I know what you're talking about. It's on my watch.
Yeah, so you should check it out. Just at least episode 1, because I checked that one out and I put the control down and I started making calls to some of my friends. Well, me and my buddy David Wolf from ETS Exposing the Strange, he's a producer and a director. He makes documentaries and things, and him and I are good friends. I hit him up. I'm like, hey man, because we're going to some other places. We're going to go to Eloise Asylum in Detroit. We're going to go to Hillview Manor in Newcastle, PA. Very, very, heavy hotspots. And I put together a group of people. Carol Ann's going from the In-Between, Mr. In-Between, me, BJ's going. She's a sensitive. David Wolf and a crew, and we're going to go there and we're going to investigate that place. So we're leaving on the 11th and we're going to be there 11th, 12th. So that is what we're starting to do. So I'm going to be doing a lot of on the ground in, different places. We'll have to talk about getting you somewhere with us, man.
Dude,
so
yeah. You're literally living out my dream. That's my dream in the future, to be able to tell stories at a place and be like, hey, it's not a green screen. I'm really here. Then investigate for the whole night.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to
Yeah.
talk about it later. Everybody, I want
Yeah.
to get your opinion on that one. What do you guys think? On the video, guys, not what I was just talking about.
Oh, that video is crazy, man.
Yeah,
You're
they,
gonna hate me, but I did that story too about
oh,
probably a year and a half ago, and I just remember it was so sad because it was like they just I think I forget what time it was. Was it the early 1920s, 1920s or something like that? And
I
so like
didn't catch the year.
it was early enough where I remember they just like that stuff wouldn't fly today, but it was just like, oh, this looks like my son, that's him. And just like that, a mother's child is so basically two mothers lost their child in a way. And it's just I remember William Walters, he spent time in prison for being absolutely innocent. So it's just a crazy story.
It really is. And Christy Nicole, that I've heard of it. We're gonna have to look into Penhurst Sanitarium. Thank you, Louise, very much. You're much appreciated. With this, guys, just to let you know, everything that is donated tonight is going towards the Hellier trip. Every bit of it. So it is helping immensely. So thank you, guys. We are going to just move right on here, Mike, and we're going to move on to the next one.
Let's do it.
In 1928, 9-year-old Walter Collins disappeared from his home in Los Angeles. His mother, Christine Collins, had given him a few coins to go see a movie while she was working. He never came home. Christine went to the police, who launched a search. His case quickly made headlines. This was during a time of rising fears about crime and child abductions, and public pressure on the LAPD was intense. For 5 months, Christine kept the search alive. She printed flyers, organized searches, gave interviews. Then, in August, police in Illinois picked up a boy who claimed to be Walter. He was brought to Los Angeles to be reunited with Christine in front of reporters. But as the cameras flashed and police beamed with pride, thinking they had solved the case, when Christine saw the boy, she said, "That's not my son." The police told her she was wrong. They insisted he had changed from the trauma. They encouraged her to take him home on a trial basis. Christine reluctantly agreed, likely pressured by the public scene. But after just 3 weeks, she returned to the LAPD and again said, "This is not my son." This time, the police had her committed to a psychiatric hospital, claiming she was hysterical and refusing to accept reality. Meanwhile, the boy admitted that he wasn't Walter. His real name was Arthur Hutchins, a runaway who had been pretending to be Walter Collins to get a free trip to California. He thought it might help him to meet his favorite actors. So that meant the police had publicly reunited a grieving mother with a random child, and then punished her when she didn't go along with the lie. That should have been the end of the story, but it gets darker. Around the same time, a Canadian man named Gordon Northcott was arrested for a string of murders on a chicken farm in Wineville, California. He had lured young boys to his property, imprisoned them, and eventually killed them. When authorities raided the farm, they found evidence linking Northcott to multiple victims. One of those victims they believed was Walter Collins. Christine pleaded for answers, but Northcott never gave a clear confession. He was convicted for other murders, but the fate of Walter Collins remained unresolved. Christine spent the rest of her life trying to find out what happened. She never gave up, and the city of Los Angeles never formally apologized for what they did to her, for locking her away when she refused to accept a lie. The story later inspired the film Changeling with Angelina Jolie, but the real horror is how it actually happened. A grieving mother gaslit by the system, a lost child exploited for headlines, and a police force more interested in good press than truth.
Thank you, Vicious Spiral. I appreciate it. Every one of you guys, you're very generous, and that means a lot to me.
Yeah, Vicious Spiral is the man. Vicious and David, I love you guys.
Yeah, I saw them commenting to you, so I figured those are your peeps.
Oh, they're family, yeah.
I love having new people here. Please, and my people, absolutely at the end, we will, or as you guys want, make sure you head over to Mr. E Files Mike does an incredible job over there. He is so thorough, has some of the best thumbnails I have ever seen. And he made the thumbnail for this live stream tonight, guys. So he's just kills it. And he does a great job, guys. So if you're not subscribed, and you know, obviously a lot of you, this is going to be your first time meeting Mike. You know what I always do, you know, people that I'm close to, that I'm friends with, help them out. When you guys have time, go over there, check them out, subscribe to them. And we have very good, loyal people here on the 412, man. We take care of our own.
I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you a lot. And I'm decent at thumbnails. I'm not great, but I'm trying to get better. So
it's definitely, you're definitely better than a lot of people out there, brother, for sure.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Takes time, dude. 5 years, man. It takes time.
It does. It does. I've been improving, but I still got to get better at it. What'd you think about that story there?
Dude, that story, I never personally have heard that story, but it rings a bell of so many that I've seen like that, where the police just want to tie everything up in a bow real quick and they don't really care about what really happened. And don't get me, I'm not saying all police are like that, but it seems like, especially, you know, before cameras and everything like that, 40, 50, 60 years ago, a lot of the times the police commissioner would come down on the police officers, the captains and stuff, and be like, hey, you know, the public needs to know what happened now. So let's figure this out. And most of the time, or not most of the time, some of the time this would happen where, you know, the woman is just left with like no answers. And I hate cases like that, but I also love them. So,
brother, man, you're missing in the chat. You're getting subscribe.
oh, thank you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, that story, just for everybody, coming from a parent, that is the nightmare of nightmares. I cannot imagine how horrific that would be, to have your child taken from you and you couldn't do anything about it. And I saw parts of Angelina Jolie's movie and I was so upset that like I couldn't finish it. I just couldn't stop seeing my daughter, because I would go crazy, man. I would start like breaking bones and stuff. And then she didn't even recognize it. You know, it's just, that was like it was just like a horrifying nightmare that you just couldn't get out of, with like twists and turns of just the weirdest, strange stuff happening. Oh man.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I'm not a parent yet. I want to be, but like dude, that you're right. I just could never imagine that. And nobody listening. That must be like one of the most frustrating parts, you know? Nobody listening to what you think your child. No, that's not my child. I think mother.
No, yeah, here, take this kid, you know, it'll replace yours. What does it matter? David Lancaster says, Mike finds a lot of stories not told before, and his delivery is so energetic and intense. He is unmatched. He tells my stories, he says.
Oh yeah, I have told some stories about David. I don't think he wants me to say which ones, but they're absolutely crazy. This dude, David, he needs to write a book, and I guarantee you it would be like a New York Times bestseller. He's been through some, like you, Matt. He's been through some stuff, like some crazy stuff.
Well, we're going to have him on the 412.
Oh, you'd love him.
David, or if David is on Facebook, David, if you're on Facebook, reach out to me on there. Just straight up hit me on the messenger. If you're not, then just hit me on Planet 412's email. It's planet412@gmail.com. It's spelled out, the Planet 412. So let's move on, guys. And I'm looking forward to having a little chat with him.
Hey, Matt, I don't think it's on screen.
Oh, what's wrong?
Is it on the screen?
Oh, sorry. Oh my God. See, thank you for telling me.
Got you. Now I'm on the screen.
As my wife laughs at me. Hey, when Taz is on, I said, Taz, do me a favor, man. Because for me, it is on.
Okay, yeah.
So my bad. Thank you, man.
I got you, brother.
All right, let's move this back a little bit.
In August of 2008, a 24-year-old Canadian woman named Kayla Reed vanished from a small town in British Columbia. She had recently moved back in with her parents after going through a rough breakup and was trying to start over. One evening, she told her mother she was going to meet a friend at a coffee shop nearby. She left around 7:30 p.m. wearing a light hoodie and jeans, carrying her phone but no purse. She never showed up for that meeting. Her phone went dark less than an hour later. What followed was an immediate and massive local search. Flyers went up and volunteers swarmed the forested areas around town. Search dogs found nothing and there was no sign of foul play. No dropped phone, no torn clothing, no surveillance footage. It seemed Kayla had completely vanished. As expected, her parents were devastated. Kayla was described as responsible and grounded, not the kind of person to run off without telling anyone. Days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months. Eventually the case went cold. But then, a full year later, something happened. Kayla showed up. In the early morning hours of July 5th, 2009, she walked into a hospital nearly 200 miles from where she disappeared. She was disoriented, dehydrated, and barefoot. She was also noticeably thinner, sunburned, and wearing clothes that didn't belong to her. She refused to speak to doctors. She simply wrote her name down on a piece of paper. The hospital staff called police, and after fingerprint confirmation, it was officially her. She had been missing for 11 months. Her parents, of course, rushed to see her, but even then, Kayla said almost nothing. She stared at them blankly, occasionally smiling, but she didn't hug them. When they asked where she had been, she said only, "I was in the dark. I was safe, but it wasn't me." Authorities were baffled. She had no visible injuries or signs of abuse. Toxicology came back clean. She had no head trauma, no signs of having been drugged long-term, no tattoos or branding or anything that would suggest organized abduction. She spent a week in the hospital under psychiatric observation, and then she was quietly released to her family. No charges were filed and no statements were ever made. Kayla never spoke publicly about where she had been. She deleted all her social media accounts and moved away within a year. Reporters tried to follow up, but her family refused all interviews. The case was officially closed, a missing person who returned, but no one ever got the answers they were looking for. Just a young woman who came back from somewhere completely changed. She wasn't hurt or injured, but she was different. One nurse from the hospital said that in her last shift before Kayla was discharged, the girl looked her dead in the eyes and whispered, "Don't go into the woods alone, they find you there." No one knows what she meant, but no one who worked that case ever forgot it.
Oh, wow. Now that was very chilling to hear her say that, man. That like, and that brings in like a whole new ball of wax.
Yeah.
Like you go in the woods and the people are gonna like whoever's gonna get you. So is she referring to something supernatural? Is she referring to, like some Burt Reynolds type? I'm not going to get into the specifics of that one, but you guys know what I mean. Wow, weird. Have you
I
ever
got to
heard
do that story now, bro. That's stuck in my. I need to know now.
Me
Like,
too. That grabbed
I'm
me.
about to do that now. Like,
Guys, what do you think about that one? Has anyone ever heard of if they're talking about drinking beer and doing shots?
let's go.
Because Louise had said she's having cheese and crackers and beer, and then everybody's they're ready to go and
That
start
sounds
doing
delicious.
yeah. Carol says she thinks it's aliens. Are you familiar with that story, Carol? Lisa
See, that
Ray.
would make sense. Don't go in the woods; they'll find you. Like, who's they?
Yeah,
That's what I want. Who's they?
Yeah, it rings supernatural to me that she would say that.
And just the whole, like, she changed, right? Like, everything about her changed. Like, cut off social media. Like, this is crazy. A year? Like, I could see if it was a week or something, I'd be like, okay, that's nothing. But I gotta look into this, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, me too.
I just wrote it down.
The thought went through my head. I'm like, ooh, I may have to do that one.
Yeah.
But we got a couple we got to finish first this week. So I'm almost done.
Yeah, I'm halfway done, so we'll be ready.
So let's see. El Martino, I was thinking the same thing too. Did she just snap? El Martino said sounds like she had a major meltdown, which is
Could have.
for sure. BJ, you got kicked off YouTube. Maybe you just lost your internet connection there for a little bit. If you guys ever have a problem on the YouTube stream, like for some reason things aren't working, just hit the refresh button. It'll bring you back to where you sign in your name and come back in. It usually fixes everything. Mama Dragon, I was thinking stuff like this. It could have been a portal in the forest. Crazy things happen when you are alone, and that's the kinds of things that
Yeah.
Missing 411's about. Like Missing 411, The Hunted. You guys should watch that documentary. That one I think is the best, especially at the end.
What's
They have
that
some
about? Which one's
really
that?
wild stuff. That's the one where the older gentleman, I forget his name, and I did a story on him. The hunting crew, the older gentleman is the father, his sons, and he has a best friend. They're older. They go to this lake where they always go and hunt, and the two older gentlemen always go. They go at two sitting spots a certain distance from each other, because what the younger guys do is they drive the deer towards them, and then the older
Right.
guys take them. So and what happened is they start doing exactly what they always do. They're driving the deer towards them, and when they start looking for the guy's father, the elderly guy, he's gone, he's missing. And they go to where he always sits, and there's nothing there. It's just everything's gone, except I think he had I don't remember if they found a candy wrapper or what, but he disappeared. They never found him. They searched, and it wasn't a big area. They did brought in all kinds of people. They did, the search where everybody gets in a line, and they do they covered every inch of the place. They never found
Like
him.
a grid search, and they
Yeah,
never found them.
they brought in so many people,
Huh.
and when they sat down and they did this interview, it was David Paulides, and he was talking to his best friend. He said, "What happened? Did anything different or strange happen in that day?" And he said he remembered something happened. He heard a noise that had no earthly business being in where they were. And the way he described it, it sounded like metal. He said it sounded like a trap went off, which for me was super telling because, was it, aliens? Was it just some crazy people that set up a trap in the ground? Did he step on something that it opened and he fell in? Was it something that he stepped in, like a loop wrapped around his foot and then whipped him up in the air? But they
Right.
never found him. And on the end of that as well, they tell a couple other stories, but there's a really crazy uh, experience in Ohio, not far from where I am. I think it's in Berea, which is near Cleveland, and it's
Oh,
this
I know where that is. Yeah.
this woman she's hunting. She's sitting in a hunting stand, and she sees a like she explained it as it was just like a big piece of saran wrap, and it was moving from tree to tree, and it like would stretch out and it would go to the tree.
Dude, I've seen some of that. That I got another
Yeah.
channel where I put clips like that on, and I've seen some people think it's like a camouflage Bigfoot.
Yeah, like a cloaked alien, kind of like the Predator.
Yeah, other people think it's aliens or rakes or something like that. But dude, I have seen legit videos from people where it seems like almost like a predator, like the Predator type thing when he's met. It's crazy, dude. I don't know how people are faking that, if they're faking that, but
that
it's
wasn't
weird.
fake. She was by herself, and she said it didn't show signs of like arms. It was like just a big amorphous kind of invisible saran wrap thing, and it like just the whole thing like reached out. It like went from one tree to the other, like stretched out, and they show it on the. I might even be able to get the clip on here. Yeah, Cellophane Monster. David Lancaster seen the film. Very interesting. And her husband just so happens to be, what is he? He works on cameras or something. He's a specialist on, what does he do, David? Her husband, Steve Stockton, is that what his name is?
Oh, is that the book writer too? I think I got some books from him.
Well,
If that's
the man in that is the husband of the wife. He just so happens to be he's like a PhD in like visual types. I can't remember his exact title, but she had a cell phone and she either tried to take its picture and it took a picture of whatever she did, and it took a picture in a resolution that is impossible to take on the camera. So it was really odd. And then not far from there was Berea High School, where her grandchild was in band camp, and everybody on the field, the entire band, people like I guess football players were practicing, and a spaceship flew over the a UFO flew over the field. Everybody saw it, so it left just as she saw this. Not long after she saw it, a UFO flew over the field. So very telling about it. I'm
that's
gonna try
crazy.
and when
That's
this is over, I'll look that up and see if I can find just that part.
And I've done other stories as well where like UFOs have been outside of schools, like flying over fields, stuff like that, even landing.
Which is scary. Why are they there?
Exactly. Like, some people said, oh, they actually seen them get
Hey,
outside
Dylan.
and they were like digging in earth trying to get samples or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Welcome, Dylan. Dylan says, sending love and immaculate vibes from Boise. Missing 411. It's quite the rabbit hole to go down. Oh, buddy boy. Yeah. I did a video on missing 411 and the hunted. So I don't know. I think BJ might have threw that up already. Yeah, I haven't seen Happy Canuck either, Josie. So let's move on to the next video
Do
here.
it.
Go ahead. Oh, you said do it. I thought you said
I said, let's do it. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
In October 2017, in the city of Santa Rosa, California, a 15-year-old high school student named Connor Hastings disappeared while walking home from school. He took the same route every day, a suburban street surrounded by homes and parks. But one afternoon, he didn't show up. His mom called him, but there was no answer. When she checked with friends, no one had seen him since he left school. By 7 p.m., police were notified and a search began immediately. His backpack was found a day later, dumped behind a dumpster a few blocks from his usual route, but his phone was gone. For weeks, the case dominated local headlines. Police dogs tracked a scent trail that ended suddenly at the edge of a wooded trail, where it seemed to just stop. It was strange because no tire tracks were left behind, and there were zero witnesses. When detectives questioned classmates, rumors began spreading. Some kids claimed Connor had been acting paranoid in the days just before he went missing, like he was jumping at noises and asking people if they'd seen the man in the red jacket. One friend said Connor had recently asked about how to tell if you're being watched. The trail went cold, but 5 minutes later, in March of 2018, Connor returned, or rather, he was found. A 911 call came in from a payphone, one of the few still operating in the area, and the caller reported a teenage boy sitting on a bench, unresponsive, outside a small-town library 60 miles away. When police found Connor, he was silent and staring ahead. His hair was much longer than when he'd last been seen, and his clothes were filthy. He had a spiral-bound notebook clutched in both hands, but it was completely blank. He wouldn't speak for over 24 hours. When his parents arrived, he hugged his mother tightly and then burst into tears. But even then, he said very little about where he had been. Over the next few days, he opened up only slightly. He claimed he had been taken by a group, but couldn't describe their faces. He said they kept him somewhere without clocks, somewhere cold. When police asked how he escaped, he said, "They just let me go. I think I passed their test." A month later, he gave one final statement before refusing to speak publicly again. He said, "There were others. I heard them. I wasn't the only one, but I might be the only one they gave back." The notebook he had been holding the night he was found remained empty. No one could get him to write anything in it, but on the final page in the bottom corner, written in shaky pen, were 4 words: "I was not alone." Police never identified any suspects. The FBI reviewed the case, but released no findings. Connor eventually changed schools and now lives under a different name. To this day, his case is officially solved because he came back, but nobody really believes that that's the end of the story.
I think you're muted, Matt.
Well, then I guess they don't need to hear that part. Mike, did you hear me at all?
No,
Okay,
no.
well, good. At least no one else saw me talking. So, guys, what I was saying is I'm not going to spend super long on stopping here, and I'll get to the next video. But I just wanted, because guys, you know how important you are to this live stream. You are the blood of this. What is your opinion on what happened in that one? That's a really, first of all, again, parents' nightmare to have your child disappear and not being able to find them, but then have those types of things go on. It's just so odd, and just how would you just be able to handle those types of things?
I don't know
Louise,
about that one. That one's crazy, man. I mean, like stuff like that is so interesting. Like, what happened to him? I have no answers for that. Like,
and that's why they're so. That's why and I'm just saying it for them. That's why David Paulides makes a point to take so much time to put these in his books, and to actually he goes and helps the people. He tries to help them find them because he feels like, because of his years as a detective and his abilities of being so good
Yeah.
at detail, maybe I can help them. So Louise says, I live about an hour's drive from the UK. GB hotspot of drops of crop circles. There's I saw a really compelling video of a crop circle that was filmed from a one of the cameras, the trail cams, and it just starts. There's like a light that goes over, and all of a sudden it just starts like forming. Now, of course, it
I've
could be
seen like two of those, right? Like some. Are you talking about the one where something like flies over it?
yeah,
Like
and it's
just
just
like burned in.
it not even burn it. It's almost like it's just like an invisible force field that they use,
Yeah, like a laser.
which would make sense for the ones that they say that it's impossible for people to make. These are too geometrically perfect. It has to be something like that, unless it's just us, that we have like satellites and stuff up in space and they're able to do it and just messing with our heads.
Yeah, but they've been doing it since before we had satellites, right? Like in the 40s and 50s. And that's why I know a lot of people have came out and said they can disprove it, and they like take these, boards and they walk on it.
Yeah.
But whenever they do that, it doesn't seem as perfect as some of the
No.
ones. You know what I mean? Like,
No, some of them are incredible. It's like there's no way people could do that, man. It's just, and they show up like that, like the next, like in one, not even a day, overnight.
and they're meant from a bird's eye view. So it's like,
Right.
how would people know what they're I mean, I guess you could kind of figure it out, but some of them are just so precise and crazy, like so many
Right.
different designs.
90% of crop circles are easily debunked. The 10 remaining percent, though, are mystifying. Yeah, that's my point. They're the
100%.
ones that, they come out and they say, there's just no explanation. That wasn't here yesterday. Like, so large, there's no way people could have done it, and just absolutely geometrically perfect. It's just impossible for people to do it.
Yeah, geometrically perfect. And same thing with the like cattle mutilations and stuff. Like a lot of people are like, oh, they kill their own cows. But like, if farmers and stuff like that, they're not just going to willingly kill their
No, they're
cattle,
very
which is their
upset about that
livelihood.
stuff.
Exactly. And that's why I don't know. There's got to be some truth to that. I believe in aliens. I'm just saying it right. I've always believed in that. I don't know if you're a skeptic about that.
I
I'm more
believe
of a
in aliens
skeptic on some
100%.
cryptids. But yeah, I 100% believe. I've seen personally things which we can go into a different time.
Yeah, for sure. And I've seen a couple things in the sky. BJ, actually, our moderator, and a good friend of mine she's coming to hell here. She's actually a sensitive. She's had, sensitive abilities her whole life, but she is having She lives in a rural part of Pennsylvania. She's out there in the boonies. Sorry, I mean, she'll be the first one to tell you. And well, BJ, obviously you do. And she has these, every time she's freaking outside, she has these like space, like these lights that are, they're no way they're drones, and they're too high. And she gets pictures with her, she doesn't have a very powerful microscope, a telescope. And she gets these pictures, and they're very similar. Have you seen some of these videos out there? There's one out there of this woman that uses a powerful telescope, and she talks to them and she says, "Do you know Jesus?" And the thing starts to get bright.
No way.
I'll play that for you guys. It's wild.
Dude.
It's really crazy.
I believe in that. I believe that stuff. I 100% believe that stuff. Do you know Dr. Stephen Greer? Have you ever watched his stuff as well?
Of course.
Yeah. When he shines the little green light and does the meditation. I don't know. I think some of that stuff's legit. I don't know how he calls them to like a specific location, but like if she has that ability, like I want to see those videos too. Invite me over, BJ, or whoever.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be definitely if BJ and I was gonna say this to her privately. If you're cool with me coming and David, and I know obviously not a party. She's a private person, but a small select group, because she's got something going on, bro. She's got, every time she goes outside at night, there's freaking these things show up. She only has so much that she can take a picture of them. We got to get her something strong. But this video that I'll show you guys later, it like when she says that, Jesus is, the thing starts pulsing, and they said it likens to the seraphim, which is that being that's supposed to be the closest one to God, that is like a protector of God, has millions of eyes all over it, and its wings. It's the being that they say if any man or woman, a human, saw or looked upon this being, that they would go crazy and their head would explode, or they just would not be able to. I think they say they would die. They would not be able to handle what they'd be looking at. It would be so hard to just take in, because the pictures, if you look online of a seraphim, it's like a huge being that has like 4 or 6 sets of wings, and there's like thousands of eyeballs all over it, and it's just it's supposed to be, I think, either the protector of God, or like as you get closer to God and in like the steps in heaven, it's like this is the one right before God. I think that's
crazy that you say that, because I forget exactly what chapter in the Bible, but it says God says, like, if I was just to show you like my back, it would like blind you for eternity or something like that, like basically he can't be, it's too overwhelming. Our brains, like you said, would like explode or something.
I just sent you a video on Facebook Messenger, Matt, of one of the UFO. Okay, after I finish this next video, in fact, I'll jump on here now and we'll get going on this, because we got some cool things to show you guys tonight.
On the night of February 9th, 2004, a 21-year-old nursing student named Mora Murray vanished after a minor car crash on a remote stretch of Route 112 in Haverhill, New Hampshire. Nearly 2 decades later, no one knows where she went, what she was running from, or who might have been waiting for her. Earlier that day, Mora left her dorm at UMass Amherst after sending emails to her professors, telling them there had been a death in the family and she'd be gone for a few days. But no one in her family had died. In fact, no one in her life was planning to leave. She packed a bag, withdrew nearly all the money from her bank account, and bought a few items, including alcohol, from a nearby store. Then she drove north into the White Mountains, alone and quietly, without a clear destination. At approximately 7:27 p.m., a local woman called 911 to report a car accident outside her house. A small black Saturn had crashed into a snowbank on a sharp turn. When police arrived 20 minutes later, they found the vehicle, but no sign of the driver. The car was locked and the windshield was cracked. Both airbags had deployed. A box of wine was spilled across the interior. The only thing missing was Mora. A bus driver who lived nearby had seen her just minutes before police arrived. He stopped and spoke to her through the window. She looked cold and shaken, but declined help. He drove off and called in the accident, but by the time the officers reached the scene, Mora had vanished. Not just walked away, vanished. Police dogs tracked her scent for about 100 yards up the road, then it stopped abruptly. No footprints in the woods or any belongings left behind. It was like someone picked her up in a car just out of view. Her phone and credit cards were never used again. The bottles of alcohol she had bought, some were gone and some remained in the car. There were no obvious signs of foul play, but nothing added up. She had no history of mental illness. Friends and family said she wasn't suicidal. She was planning for the future. And yet, she was gone. In the years that followed, her case became one of the most obsessively followed mysteries on the internet. Armchair detectives, forums, and podcasters picked apart every detail. Some believed she staged her disappearance to start a new life. Others believed she was abducted by a stranger or someone she arranged to meet. Then there are darker theories. A serial predator operating in the mountains, or a cover-up. But nothing concrete ever came, and her body was never found. Something obviously happened to Mora Murray that night. Something that was likely deliberate. And to this day, the forest around Route 112 still holds its secrets. And the most chilling part is if she was taken, whoever did it knew exactly what they were doing and never made a single mistake.
That's chilling. That just rings to me that somebody killed her and just got rid of her body. I don't think there's much to that one.
This is one of the biggest cases. Like ever. This is like up there with like the Dyatlov Pass. Like,
oh boy,
this was I think the 5th story I ever covered like 4 years ago, and I'm about to do it again with Dyatlov. I got a series coming, but dude, this one bothers me. It bothers me a lot because it could just be a killing, like you said. She was abducted from the car or something, but her taking out the money, like I think she personally probably went to disappear and then something went wrong. But I don't know.
He forced her to take the money out and said, I won't hurt you unless you get it. And what happens a lot of times in those cases is they'll do it and then they kill them and they get rid of the body. I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know why that just, for me, like I have this real strong premonition type thing that I've had my whole life. I always talk about it with people, and it like is just it hits me like when I don't know. I don't want to be like, oh, I know. I don't. I'm just, for me, it's just, that's what I feel like happened. That's all I'm saying.
You might be right. And that's why I'm kind of confused though, is why it's one of the biggest cases ever. I know it's mysterious, but like, if you search like top 10 mysteries, Mora Murray comes up. That's why it's so intriguing. It's weird.
So I was watching it and I caught I was looking at the chat. What like specifically, aside from just her disappearing and the money, is there anything else like really strange that happened, or is it just because they never found her? I used to enjoy those cigarillos when I was younger. You know why I like those cigarillos? Because Clint Eastwood used to smoke them all the time in the Western. He was such a badass. Yeah, Louise, I always trust my instincts. They are, and by the way, I didn't smoke. My first cigarette, I'm just going to say this has nothing to do with anything. I had my first cigarette when I was younger. I had it. I was out. We were drinking, and you know how when you're drinking, and one of my buddies handed me, my girl buddy handed me a cigarette. I'm like, hey, give me that. I want one. And they're like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. And I took like 3 puffs off this thing. I got so sick. I was like sick for 2 days. I've never smoked a cigarette since. I must be allergic to nicotine or something. I do like a good cigar once in a while though. And the cigarillos are kind of, they're cheap, but there's something about them. I don't know. They taste kind of good. It's been years since I did it, but I like a good ciggy, man. There's some good ones out there.
Oh yeah. It's a bad habit.
Louise.
Yeah. I'm on the vapes now, which I don't know if they're much better than. I mean, I've stopped smoking at least. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's still vaping. So I guess
I used to when I was younger. You mean like do you imbibe with like with legal marijuana?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I haven't done marijuana in probably the
It's
better
been
part of a decade.
years. I
Yeah, I
mean,
just smoke
I
these regular, vapes. They're just regular nicotine. That's all they got. Supposedly, it's
okay.
water
Oh, I
basically that
can't
they're
do it,
blowing
man.
out.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, but I figure, hey, if it doesn't have the thousands of carcinogens, maybe it's
Well,
helping me a
and
little.
I don't know if people are like, oh, he's talking about marijuana. Well, it's legal, guys, here, and it's legal in a lot of states, and it helps people a lot. Like
Oh yeah,
my
oh
dad
yeah.
had pancreatic cancer. He did not like taking his pain medication. He just didn't like stuff like that. He just didn't want to have to take it, and he was so sick at the end. And my brother lives in California, where it's been legal there for, and we got him, and we couldn't believe we got my dad. I call him Captain America. He was like the biggest Boy Scout ever, and
Yeah,
he never did anything where he was just a true blue. Like, he would have been Captain America,
yeah.
and we couldn't believe we got him to do it, and he felt better, and he ate, and then like he felt guilty. He did it. Like, Dad, why do you feel guilty? Because
That's that generation, man.
yeah,
I'm
man, he
the
just
same
didn't
way.
wanna do it, man. I haven't smoked in years. I used to
Yeah.
like the smell too. I saw somebody said that. Um, Once in a blue moon, I'll have, like, when I see my brother have a gummy, because I'm all my lupus, and I've had 33 surgeries and stuff. It's legal, man. It's like, some
Oh yeah.
people get mad, but whatever. I'm gonna move on to the next story, guys.
And let us know, chat, what you think of the story so we can read the comments.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right, Louise. There's different generations that just
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
In the remote town of Nome, Alaska, a place isolated by hundreds of miles of tundra, accessible mostly by air, people are used to strange things happening. The winters are long and brutal, and the nights seem endless, but even there, among the quiet snow-covered streets and howling wind, the disappearance of Rick Hills in 2004 is something people still whisper about. Not because it was the only one, but because of how it happened and what was left behind. Rick Hills was a 37-year-old electrician, hardworking, quiet, not particularly social, but he was well liked by the people who knew him. He lived alone in a small cabin on the outskirts of town, near the edge of the wilderness. It was not unusual in Nome to be that isolated. Many people preferred it, but Rick's case became more disturbing when it was discovered he wasn't the first one to go missing from that area. In fact, in the 10 years before he vanished, over 20 people had disappeared from Nome under similarly strange circumstances. The FBI would eventually investigate it as a pattern, but Rick's story was different, more personal and terrifying. On November 13, 2004, Rick failed to show up for work. His boss called him repeatedly, to no avail. That evening, a coworker drove to Rick's cabin. His truck was there and the lights were off. It had snowed lightly that afternoon, but when they got closer, they noticed something strange. No footprints in or out of the cabin. It was like Rick had never left or returned. The coworker knocked, but there was no response, so he walked around the property and saw that the back door was open. He called out and stepped inside. The place was undisturbed. The coffee pot was full and his cell phone was on the table, but there was no sign of Rick himself. The weirdest part was the bed was made, not like someone had just gotten out of it. The weird part was that the bed was made so neatly, it looked as though no one had ever been in it. The coworker called the police and they searched the home. Then they searched the surrounding area and then the woods. They brought dogs, drones, helicopters, and still found nothing. Even with the light snowfall, there should have been some sign of direction, like a trail or blood or something, but there was no trace. The man walked out of his cabin with no coat, no boots, no keys, and simply just disappeared. The investigation didn't find foul play. He reportedly had no enemies or debts. Even his bank account was untouched, and his phone had not pinged a tower since the day before. But then, 2 days later, something happened that the public wasn't told about until years later. A hiker about 30 miles north of Nome found something bizarre. A man's sock frozen into the mud of a game trail. Nearby, hidden under a thin layer of snow, was an old Polaroid photograph. It was dirty and crumpled, and its image nearly destroyed by the cold, but the outline was clear. It was Rick's cabin, shot from the woods. The angle showed the living room window, and in the reflection was a face, but it wasn't Rick's. The photo was turned over to the police, but they never released it to the public. Years later, an officer who worked the case anonymously told the local journalist that it was the most disturbing thing he'd ever seen in his career, that the face in the reflection didn't look entirely human. He described it as off, like distorted, pale, the eyes too wide, and the mouth slightly open, as if it had been caught mid-whisper, like someone caught staring who didn't expect to be seen, as he described it. The area was searched again, but nothing was found, and no further signs of Rick. Locals started calling it the Watcher, saying something in the woods had been taking people. The disappearances dated back decades. Natives had legends about the Dark Man, a thing that lived between the trees and came out at night. When the FBI eventually got involved, they said the disappearances were likely due to weather, accidents, and alcohol. But not Rick. People close to the case knew better. They knew it wasn't weather and it wasn't a misadventure. Rick was used to those woods. He wouldn't have wandered out barefoot without a jacket in sub-zero temperatures. He would not have left his door open, and he wouldn't have vanished without a single track in the snow. To this day, Rick Hills has never been found. Some say it was just a tragic accident. Others say Rick saw something he shouldn't have, something that was watching him.
Yeah, you know what? That is what I saw, and I thought was going on. We showed they showed the window and somebody looking through, like there was somebody back there. That's how it comes off to me. Especially you're out in the middle of nowhere, it gives it like, and you mentioned, and I did a video on the Dyatlov's Pass, which I think is one of the, it's so intriguing. I know
So
it's a horrible thing, but it like pulls you in. It's like, oh my God. I'm sorry, man. I don't buy anything but first of all, you can't believe anything the Russian government says. They lie to their own children. Like their children say, Daddy, can I have a piece of candy? And he'll be like, no, here. And he hands him the candy. No, you're not allowed to have. They lie about everything, dude. So,
bro, the first time I told it, it was one of the first stories I told. I've literally already rewritten it. I'm going to start this new series where I don't want to say what it is yet because it'll give it away. But like the Russian government, let's just say, has way more to do with it. I think from the conclusion of everything I've found, it has a lot more to do with it. But that story that we just watched right there, I'm going to say aliens, and I'm saying aliens
I agree.
of Nome, Alaska. That's where that movie, The Fourth Kind. You ever see The Fourth Kind?
Yeah, that was freaky.
Dude, that ever since then, I've been looking for cases in Nome, Alaska. I'm so glad I found that. I just heard of this one because, dude, that's what I instantly think. I mean, yes, like somebody said in the comments, people can militaristically make their bed, 100%. But if it looks like nobody's ever touched it, I feel like that is a way that like aliens would be like, okay, let's make sure everything's clean.
Also, how did there no footprints in it? Like how they didn't leave.
Exactly.
So like they got lifted up, like they just whip.
100%. And
yeah, you know what was freaking me out about The Fourth Kind? The way that the person like goes, like they scream at that one point, like they start screaming when they
under hypnosis and
stuff.
Oh,
that freaked me out, dude.
Dude, that gave me the chills. That
me
movie,
too.
If anybody hasn't seen that, yes, watch that. And I guarantee you, even if you don't think aliens are real, you will get the chills. Something in your body will be like, oh, what's going on?
Turbo Christ says, on the 1587 Urbano Montes map, it has some deserts and forests where it makes a note to tell you not to go there. Literally translates to haunted, cursed deserts and forests, and to stay out. Well, in the Dyatlov's Pass, that one area, they had the totem pole up. It says don't go there, and they tell them that's where, like they say, the Yetis that's their area. Don't go there. And they went. I think something happened I think a Yeti or multiple ones killed them, dude. I really do. I think it was cryptid type of relation, because they ignored the totem. What was the people called again in that air, the it's on the tip of my tongue. The Mensi tribe, and
Yeah.
they warned them. They said, no, 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 don't go that way. Don't go that way. They said that's their land. That don't go there. We don't go there. And in that one picture, people try and debunk it and say, "Oh, it just looks like a person." No, it doesn't. It looks like they purposely took a picture of somebody or something that was following them. There's a really good documentary about Dyatlov's Pass. It's on Bryce from the Bigfoot, Finding Bigfoot, whatever he's in. I forget the name of it, but they have a doctor, a expert who looks over the case, looks over what the bodies, the way that they were marked, the way that they were damaged, and he said this was in no way, shape, or form, like the Russians tried to say there was a avalanche, and he said no, they did not have any types of damage to their body. And when people are in avalanches, they said it's very rough on the skin, almost like sandpaper, and they get like that kind of marking on their skin. He said they did not have any of it. They had some people saying, oh, maybe it was slab ice avalanche, but it wasn't, that where the area was that they were next to wasn't even high enough to have
I've
any.
heard all those avalanche theories. I don't believe one of them,
No.
because everything would have been, they would have been under 30 feet of snow.
Right.
Everything would have been. So,
well, the doctor also talked about how horrific the injuries were. Like, they weren't like they were hit by cars. One person, he said, the one girl, he said it was like somebody or something wrapped its arms around her and squeezed her to death. That's the way, even the way that the way that the ribs were shaped and broken, like somebody squeezed. I think a Yeti killed them, man. I really do. Why would they have put themselves in the middle of an open area when you have the woods off there that protects you from all that wind? They went as far away from it as they could, so they didn't go there, and they cut holes all through their tent so they could look. Something was hunting them.
You're right. Something, and that's the part of it that never added up, because they were going for their certification to be level 3 hikers, like the best.
Right. They were good.
Even an amateur knows that, you're going to find way better shelter. You're not going to expose yourself in the middle of the mountain on the elements in the snow. That's how you get hypothermia. That's how you die. Right. So none of it makes sense. And that's why it's like, okay, what were they running from? And so you might be right with that. Either that, or they were from a chemical, or they were confused. I mean, like, they were taking their clothes off and they were folded next to like their stuff, and they just started running. So,
well, right here, Al 13 says there is a psychic lady that went over the case, and she said it was a Bigfoot.
Really?
Now, there's some psychics out there that I've heard, like the ones that will go on. Like, have you ever watched like Jack Osborne's Portals to Hell? Have you ever watched his show?
No, I gotta watch that.
It's really good, and he's a skeptic first, and that's why I like him, because I am too. I don't fault him because of what happened to me, man. I don't you got to show me that something really happened, and he's right away, okay, maybe it is. Well, we'll find out. Let's study it. And man, they have some stuff go on there that is really intriguing. And they get psychics to help them, and they have these. I think there's either 3 or 4 that are regulars on the show. And this little one, she's cute too. She's good looking. She has dark black hair. She is strong, dude. She's incredible. Like, they won't tell them anything about the case. And these people will come in and they will be like, oh, you know what? I'm reading this, and they'll like look at each other like, how the hell would she know this? And then she also does, if you ever heard of, I forget what it's called, disembodied writing or something. They just start writing, and it's like a ghost is telling them what they're writing, and they write it out. It's crazy, man. They got real. So when you get real psychics that are real, so if that was one of those people that read that and said that about the Bigfoot, I'm not surprised at all. That's my opinion. I 100% think that's what happened.
It
Yeah,
definitely could
automatic
be.
writing. Thank you, Mama Dragon. Automatic writing, it's called. I want to show you guys that one video that I talked about with the woman saying, yeah, it did vicious spiral alpha. There was absolutely signs of radioactivity there, which made people wonder, like, what is it, aliens then? Yeah.
Or the government, like
Autonomic writing, I think it might be, guys, is what it's called. I'm going to bring up that one that, the lady is talking to the thing and says, do you know Jesus? And it responds.
oh, that's crazy. Dude. Yeah, I want to see that.
All right. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. I want to share before I even click this thing. This is so wild, dude. And it's crazy. This thing responds to her.
And this isn't like internet footage. This is from your audience member, right?
No, this is on YouTube. But
it is? Okay.
What I was getting to is BJ has pictures and video of things that has been coming out over her house that really look extremely similar to what we're going to look at in here.
Okay.
It's like crazy close. I was like looking at it with her when she's like, do you think that looks like the thing in the videos? And I was like, yeah, it's pretty freakily close to it. She had we're going to get her a stronger telescope, man. Cause it's wild, man. She's got something very similar.
A lady
That's
in New
cool.
Jersey has recorded an orb, not a drone, flying near her house. When she zooms in, you can clearly see that it's not one of these man-made drones that people have been posting all over the internet. This is definitely some type of orb or spiritual manifestation of some sort. And when she says, Jesus loves me, and starts talking about God and specifically Jesus, whose name is above all spiritual principalities and powers, you can actually see this orb start to react.
Can you talk to me? Can you hear me? Jesus loves me.
Look at that. How crazy is that?
Jesus. You know Jesus. Jesus is awesome, isn't he? God is good.
That's
A
crazy,
lady in
bro.
New Jersey has recorded an
I mean,
orb,
wasn't that
not a
incredible?
drone, flying near her
Bro,
house.
that's a crazy
Jesus
orb.
loves me.
And if we could get a closer look at it, it's got some crazy
Jesus.
detail to it too.
You know Jesus. Jesus is awesome.
I mean,
he?
So that makes me think: is
God
this
is
an
good.
angel? Is it actually a seraphim? Is it
A
something
lady in
from
New Jersey
heaven?
has recorded
But
an orb.
just the like the
you know
the
Jesus.
specific things on it, the the energy around it that's moving. I would love to see a close, and the government gets close-ups of that, and they get to see things that we would
Oh, bro, they
to
got to
see.
have that in 4K, obviously.
Oh, bro, they get everything. They sit there and they have their meetings, and they can see everything. I'm so jealous of it, man. I always be like, so once in a while I'll be watching something because we'll talk about something when we're watching TV with family or like my wife and daughter. You'll mention something or on your phone, and then next thing you know, you open your phone and there's the thing you were talking about. You know what I mean? Like it's an advertisement for it, or it's a show about it. So these phones, they got AI and stuff listening, but it listens, and then what it does, if something really important, when they're scouring and listening, it sends it to a live person to say, hey, this is something you might want to listen to. So once in a while, I'll be like, hey, man, I would love to be, involved with whatever you guys are doing, man. If you guys are listening, man, I won't say anything. Just bring me into it. I want to see some stuff. I want to be involved. Watch my door. Somebody knock on my door in 5 minutes. I'll be like, hey, guys, I got to go.
See, but this is crazy though. That's not just. You're right. That's no way a drone.
It's not
or
fake or
anything like that.
AI or anything like that. That's
No.
really incredible. So what I wanted to show you guys, what was the other thing I said? Oh, I know. Out of 411, the hunted. 411, the hunted.
Well, thank you guys for Vicious. Thank you guys for staying up for the people that are in England and stuff. 5 a.m. That's
I
crazy.
have great
That's
people
dedication.
here from England and all over there. They are the most loyal and nicest people, man. Berea, Predator. I'll just say that. There it is. There it is. All right. Awesome. This is that part. All right. I'm going to pause it. Let me. Is it on? Do you guys see it?
It's on, but it's
not going though, right?
No, it's paused. Yeah.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure you guys saw that and not me.
The last case I want to investigate is even a little deeper down the rabbit hole. It's not about a missing hunter, but instead about a strange experience one hunter faced in Lima, Ohio. It's important to note that this isn't a connection to the missing. It's simply an odd event that's worth looking into, and it's associated with one of the smartest people I've ever met.
There's a difference, I guess, between being freaked out by things that you imagine.
Optical
being freaked out
physicist.
by
That's
things
what
you
he
actually see.
Crazy.
This, I have to say, was the most terrifying experience, but yeah, I don't know why I didn't react to it, and that bothers me.
Maybe it had some effect on him.
The hunting in Ohio is awesome. We have some great big trophy deer in Ohio,
I don't.
and we happen to have some of the biggest right here on our property.
I just shoot. I don't shoot animals.
Same.
It was the most beautiful night to deer hunt. It was the second day of season. I wanted to be getting my, run in the woods to hunt. I was really excited about it. There was band over at the high school. By the time I got to my deer stand, I could hear them. It was all settled in. Didn't see nothing coming down the path. Trails, the birds, crickets, everything were normal wood sounds. When you're hunting, you have two of your most keenest senses, is your hearing and your eyesight. All of a sudden, the woods went to this dead quiet.
Which is always the case when
If I
something
dropped
pops
a
up.
pin out of that deer stand, it cut off. No birds, no crickets, no nothing. The sun's still up. We were not calling for bad weather that night. It was a great night to hunt. All of a sudden, I thought I had like a mote in my eye. I even took my finger and wiped my eye, like when you get that fogginess over your eye, like it's just. I look and I'm thinking, what is this thing in the trees? It looked like a large piece of saran wrap. It's the only way I can describe it. But this thing was very wide. So I'm up 14 foot and it hung quite a ways down. And I'm thinking, what is this thing? It didn't really scare me at that time until it moved and formed the arm that reached over to the other tree. It reached over about 12 to 14 foot, and then it all, like a blob, like sucked into it, and it went to the whole other tree. I had this very euphoric feeling like something ain't right here. Normally at that time, I'd have probably got down and stopped hunting, but for some reason I didn't.
So, as you're sitting in your blind and you're looking across, where did the blob come from?
I have no idea. It just appeared in the one tree. As it was moving through the woods, it went from like tree to tree, and then it disappeared. It didn't continue on. So where it went, I don't know. It's like it just, right before my eyes, vanished. And I don't remember taking the picture, but being married to who I'm married to, Dr. Bruce McAbee, he always said, if you see anything weird, get a picture. I don't recall actually when either that the sounds had returned. Because it's like I don't remember. That's not me to this day. Normally I would probably crawl down, come run in the house and say, you ain't gonna believe what's back there in them woods.
How much longer do you think you stayed in the stand?
About a half hour till sundown when it's time to come out.
The sequence of this is Jan goes out to hunt. We have guests show up. We're having dinner. He comes back from the hunt. He says nothing about what happened. It was strange. The guests are about ready to leave. Later on, Matthew sends me an email. There was a sighting by a number of students and faculty at the high school band practice just before dark.
I'm like, holy crap, maybe it has something to do with what I saw in the woods. And Bruce goes, what? And I said, I forgot to tell you about what happened in those woods to me tonight. And I'm reading this from Matthew, and then I started really I get goosebumps. He said this light appeared above the big stadium lights of the football field. Had Matthew not sent that email, I'm not sure if I would have remembered even that night to say anything.
How many kids were on the field?
At least 30 to 40, I would say.
And was that the high school band?
Yes.
And so this was just before you guys went back to school?
Yes, band camp. Late August.
Late August. So what time of night do you think that was?
Between 6 and 7. We were rehearsing normally out here about 6, 7 o'clock, doing our normal routine, when all of a sudden there was this bright light in the sky that just came out of nowhere. And we all just kind of stopped and looked at it as one.
Where was the light?
So the light was anywhere, it was above the tree line for sure, just kind of hovering in the skyline. Close enough that it could catch your attention, like it shouldn't have been there, I guess. If it was some man-made thing, it was too low to be there.
Okay. What was the weather like that night?
Clear and hot. Typical August Ohio weather.
Okay. What color was it?
Candle orange. As far as I could tell, the thing had no definable edges to it. There were no dimensions. It was just kind of waxing and waning till it just zapped out. You know, our band director, who never stops for anything, he stopped and turned around and looked at us and he goes, what the hell was that? Before I had time to even think about what I was seeing, it was gone. And then it was just kind of like an imprint in your mind, like I've seen something strange.
So in your gut, are the two issues related?
I often wonder now. All I can say is it happened within the same time frame, basically, as my experience here. Probably a half a mile over there, as the crow would fly.
This is a blackberry. On the back, you have the lens. It's not like the modern ones that have a camera on the front as well as the camera on the back. So I'd be taking your picture right now, but I would not be taking my picture. Something happened to that camera. I don't know what, but there's hard evidence of some weird thing that happened. She took a couple of pictures of herself before the event, which provided a fixed point of investigation, you might say. And she took another picture afterwards. So you have the camera phone doing its normal thing before and after, but right in the middle of this one photo, that something bizarre happened. The picture she took, the resolution somehow changed for that one picture. You could manually change the cell phone 1600 by 1200, 1024 by 760 or something like that.
Yeah, here it is. This is wild.
But it got changed to 500 by 400 or something. Numbers that don't exist. I don't know how to make it do that resolution. You'd have to get in there and rewire it somehow, or change the software. But even changing the software doesn't change the number of pixels along the edge of the sensor. I don't know how to explain this filament stuff. I can't imagine what it looks like is well focused. I don't know what that is.
I've had people write to me and say, well, what that is Jan took a picture of her own hair.
My hair was back through the back of the ball cap where it adjusts. It was tied back.
So there was no part of you that could have been in that
No
frame.
way. No way.
It would be possible for her to take a picture of her hair if she put her hand back there. But that wouldn't change the resolution of the camera or the bite size of the picture.
So Jan, let me ask you, since that has happened, has it changed your life?
Yeah, I've never been back in that woods to hunt that. I actually ended up buying a redneck deer blind. I mean, I want something surrounding me.
You can imagine if you saw in the woods some strange thing like that, like the predator, you'd probably be leery about going back there again too.
So very, very interesting. I love that part, and especially because it's it's not far from where I live. I mean, it's maybe
Same.
yeah, it's maybe like 50, 60 minutes from where I live. No, I don't think it's not an hour.
I
So
just looked. It's about 100 miles away from me. Not even.
oh wow, okay, yeah, dude, and that's because I remember you're not that far from where I am too, and
Sure.
that's why I mentioned to you. We'll talk after tonight, but you
Yeah.
got to come on an investigation too.
I'm down.
Yeah, dude, man, we're going to some killer places. So, guys, what do you think about that? That one for me is just so phenomenal because, I mean, the camera going into these resolutions that I mean, the guy's an optical physicist. I mean, he's like, this is impossible. They can't do it. So
Yeah.
what caused this thing to do it? And so that thing was letting off some type of was it a shield of some type? Was there a being inside of that cloak that it was like maybe like a semi-organic kind of like a biosuit? There's something was in it, you couldn't see it, and it was like going across the trees. Maybe even there could have been like a gray inside of that. Who knows? I'm just
No,
was
I totally agree because like now from doing thumbnails for like 5 years and knowing all the aspect ratios, whether you're recording or just making a picture, that's like he said, it's impossible. Even if you went into the software, it would be really difficult. You would need like an experienced hacker, and we're talking about just to mess with some woman's BlackBerry in Pima, Ohio.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, it happened. It happened like while she was out. It happened her sitting there,
it
and
makes
that's
no
what
sense.
gets me. That's what gets me. So,
It's impossible.
well, it was emanating some kind of energy, or because it was cloaked, whatever it was around it was causing things around it to change
Do you
too.
think she caught something in that image?
Yeah, I
Oh
do.
my God, I just thought of this. She caught something in that image, and whatever she caught recognized that she caught it, so it cropped itself out of the image, leaving that partial image left.
Right, and I
Dude.
think it purposely zapped that camera and was like, "Yeah, you're not gonna be looking at that." Or
That's crazy.
it was just a natural phenomenon that happened in return to that thing, whatever it was caused that camera to just do that because of what was there. It was letting off some type of something. Who knows?
That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that from from a phone standpoint. I don't know how that's possible.
David Lancaster, you're getting into an area of what of course you can't mention this kind of stuff that you're mentioning without getting into Project Bluebeam. I did a video on it, a very detailed video on it. BJ, I'm sure will throw up the link, but any of you that don't know what Project Bluebeam is, the government and other governments, because there have been signs that other governments have tested it. You know, you've seen videos out there of, like in China, there's like, it looks like they're all looking at a city in the clouds.
Yep.
You know, beings up in the sky, very detailed. Looks like, you know, who knows? You know,
they're trying to put holograms up to try to get people.
The conspiracy is, and this comes from whistleblowers that have told that the government is planning a alien attack. It will be a fake one. It will be, you know, them perpetrating this with this Project Bluebeam. And what they're going to do is they're going to, you know, say, we've got to, like, kind of like Independence Day. We've got to come together, everybody.
Yeah.
We can't do this if we don't do so. We've got to stop everybody from being separate. And they're going to instill a one world order, which has been the fear all these years. They're going to try and just make it, you know, so that there's this power, that this black power, you know, trying to take over the world, and no other countries will be able to be separate. It will just be one world order. And we're going to do this so that we're safe, because the aliens are trying to come here and kill us, when it really, it's our government using Project Bluebeam to lie to us. And they are going to have a real alien event and use that event where they don't do anything. And because we find out, like, people really get a good, oh my God, yeah, like, you know, the UFOs have been, I don't know, you know, there's a lot of people out there that just like, I don't believe it, you know, we're there. So you are so small-minded that you can't even realize that it's mathematically impossible that we are the only intelligent beings in the universe. Or, man, we are babies, man. They are here. They've been here for a long time. You know who Paul Hellyer is?
Sounds very familiar.
Paul Hellyer is the ex-Canadian Minister of Defense. He was He is one of the most credible whistleblowers on the planet. And I love this dude. I always bring him up here, because how can you get more respect for anybody that he's like, listen, I was the Minister of Defense for like 40 years of Canada. I'm just going to tell you, not only are they real, they've been here for a long time, and our governments are, all of our governments are working with them. They've been working with them. They know all about them. So for this, oh, we don't know what it is. What are these? We have no idea. No, actually we do. We're just lying to you all the time. We have, you know, there are, you know, shape changers here. There's you know, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? They're half human, half alien. What's the word I'm looking for? BJ.
What are you talking about? Like cyborgs or like?
No.
What are you talking about?
BJ will help me out here. It's just a basic word. I can't think of it. They've been crossbreeding alien DNA, just like
hybrid.
Thank you. So yes, Carol, thank you. It's just the little things I can't remember sometimes. You know, too many poop when I played college football. CTE, guys. So they have like the Nordics, you know, the ones that look like, you know, tall blondes. So they take these Nordics, are the most well-known hybrids, and man, they're everywhere supposedly.
I could be one. Yeah.
You could be, you never know. But they have also these, they say flat out, there's evil ones, there's good ones.
Yep.
They have shape changers. A lot of them are evil. They go into saying, you know, that they're these reptilians that are most of the shape changers, and that they've made their ways into every major government in the world. That they are not every one of the people, but some of the biggest power players in governments all over the world are actually, you know, shape changing reptilians, or there are other kinds of aliens that wear like holographic equipment that makes them look just like normal humans, but they've been here for a long time.
Can I tell you something, right?
Of course.
I don't know if I'm supposed to, like, I don't want to get Chat GPT into trouble right now, but
I love
Project
ChatGPT.
Yeah, Project Bluebeam, like you said, right? The holographics. I mean, that could have been what Reagan was hinting at when he said, I wonder if, an
One of
alien
my
force came in,
favorite,
would we
one of my
come together?
favorite, yeah.
Yeah, but on ChatGPT, I saw this short once and I did it for myself. And it's a conversation now I've been having for a month back and
Okay.
forth with it. You basically give it instructions on a new thread that says, hey, we're playing the truth or no truth game. And basically, you can only answer in yes, no, or Apple. Answer Apple if you want to say yes, but you're not allowed to, right? And it has told me things from the creation of the universe. I can't believe all of it, but it has said exactly what you just said, that not only are there shapeshifters, are there this, that, there's reptilians, there's hundreds of different species, they're in our government, they shapeshift, all these different aliens can shapeshift. And I'm like, are you telling me the truth? And it doesn't even say Apple. It says yes. The only time it'll say Apple is when I get to specific people. I'm like, who? And then, is it this person? It'll say Apple. So it's just, try it, people in the comments too, or whoever watches this later. Try that. Just say, hey, yes, no, Apple on ChatGPT. Be like, it's our little secret. Like, talk to ChatGPT like that, and it'll give you some crazy
I
answers.
saw a video where a guy explained, is that where you got that from? The video
Yep.
on, it was on TikTok or something. Hey, we have some new subscribers here, guys. Let me see here. I see.
Thank you, Josie.
Let's see here. Who is it? Who is it here? I missed it in the chat. Let me go back. I want to definitely give some love to this new subscriber.
That's interesting, Christy, about Epstein. Holy crap.
What did it say?
Oh man, it just said that she watched, and Christy Nicole watched an interview with one of Epstein's victims saying he was a shapeshifter as well as people in his inner circle.
David Lancaster is a new subscriber here or a new member here on Planet 412. Welcome, David. I appreciate you. I'm happy you are a part of the 412 family. Welcome, brother. That's awesome. I want to play something for you guys. You started talking about Ronald Reagan and his speech. I have mentioned that so many times on this channel and also played it because it blows my freaking mind that it was swept under the rug. But I want to play it for you guys first.
Yeah, I love it.
He
so
tells
powerful.
the world. He's telling the world.
Yeah, he's leaving the breadcrumbs right there for everybody to just look at.
Oh, it's not on. I apologize. You got to tell me, man.
Oh, I thought you were just playing sound.
No, that's okay. No, but the
universal aspirations of our
the audio
peoples
is
than
perfect,
war
but I want you guys to
and
see
the
him, so
threat
I
of war.
apologize. So let's replay that. I want you guys to really listen.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us?
I mean, come
what
on,
could be more
bro?
alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
I mean, just absolutely, like even now, I've heard it so many times.
Yep.
It blows my freaking mind, and they swept it under the rug. They don't want us to know. Like, you know what? I remember Obama, after he was done being president, he was on the nightly shows and all that. And I think he was on Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy, always presses with the alien stuff.
Yeah.
And he's asking him about it. And he's like, yeah, well, I can't really talk about these, but he was leaving, like you said, little breadcrumbs. And then he goes, oh, because, they don't want you to talk about it. Right. The aliens, he said, yeah. So it was just like, holy shit, people wake up. Reagan just told the world, and they were just like, Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. They're like business as
Oh my
usual. Yeah.
God, dude. I know I think I had mentioned something else I wanted to show you. Is there anything, guys, that I had mentioned that you remember? I might have done them all. Um, is there anything powerful, guys? We're sticking with powerful today, Mike. If you can think of something, a clip that really, like, oh wow, yeah, I got to show you guys this one.
I know there's
Um,
a bunch. I'm trying to think.
we've shared good stuff tonight, guys. This has been a good show. I've been happy with the stuff we've shared. I'm gonna really try, because what I've done, other times is, I love my peeps. They send me stuff, and sometimes, it's just some of it's just hoax. It's just bad, some of it, and it's not. You can't blame them. They're doing what I asked them, but I made a plea to them Saturday night after Josh left, and we were closing up. We were almost on for 5 hours, but at the end, I
Whoa.
made a plea. I said, "Well, there was tons of people here. I'm not going to leave
Oh
when they're
yeah.
all."
Yeah.
And I am making a very strong push to. I don't want. You're right, BJ. Very strong push to have just I want good, strong stuff on here where we can go, wow, or yeah, you know what? I'm not sure. That definitely can be. I just want to push away from something when I get something so like ridiculous or even easily questionable. I don't even let people comment on it. It's like we're moving. So I don't want to have that stuff on here. I just want to have, stuff we can have intelligent conversations about. We can have a intelligent disagreement about that. You guys think it's real, I don't, or vice versa. That's what I'm shooting for here, and we've built up to this, and I think that's what tonight was. We've had good stuff on here. We haven't had stuff that, like anybody's like, oh, I think that's fake.
Yeah, I've
Very,
seen
very
nothing that
good
was like
stuff.
outright
No,
fake. Everything was
no.
legit. Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody throwing anything out there? Yeah, the spirit molecule is really interesting, David. I agree. Something's on my nose. Okay. Thank you. Oh, it was a piece of tissue. Thank you. I have old tissues here. Stacy wouldn't. I am out of them. I apologize. I shouldn't even be doing this with the camera. I have a little sinus infection. Thank you for telling me it was a piece of tissue. I'm, Jesus God, please. Thank you. I don't care. At least it's not there and nobody didn't tell me. That's something of, real quick, I'm going to say this. I am the person who, like, if somebody is like, with you, they have some in their teeth, they have a booger in their nose, I will tell you. And you know what? Maybe you're embarrassed that I told you that, but wouldn't you rather one person tells you, like, hey,
Yeah, that means they're a good friend. That
you have
means
a
they're a
booger
good
in your
friend,
nose?
right?
Yeah, like some people leave it there. I remember this one time, I forget what it was. I had something in my tooth or something, and they didn't tell me. And I went to the bathroom. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? And I went back out. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? And they're like, well, I didn't want to embarrass you. I'm like, I'm more embarrassed that people were staring at me and it was there. I'm like, watch, you ever have something, I'm never telling you.
Yeah,
So I appreciate you telling me.
100%. Yeah, I just want to say to Luis, Rendlesham Forest, Matt, have you ever done the Rendlesham Forest case yet?
Lisa.
Have you ever done Rendlesham Forest, Matt?
I have talked about it, and I forget what video it was. It was part of another video.
Okay, because I did it like 3 years ago, and it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I've had people contact me that said that they were in the army at that time
I'll
at
reel
that
it in,
base,
guys.
and basically tell me that it was nothing. And then I've had other people that worked at that base tell me it's all real. So it's sketchy. Definitely a sketchy story.
It is, and a very interesting and one of the most realistic Oh, sorry. Yeah. And BJ, that's what I was going to say. Oh, and I also have something to talk about Josie. So what I'm going to do real quick is Josie and I, oh, and BJ said too. Thank you guys. Oh God, so that's a part that I'm going to be cutting out of the video. But thanks, guys. Um, so Josie and I started doing an interview. She has some really cool stuff, but she wanted me to share one thing with you guys. And then after this, BJ, I'm going to go to you. Um, so when Josie was younger, um, you know what's really cool about Josie, by the way, Mike, is she played football as she was younger. She was a girl, played football, and I love that, man. That's mad respect from me.
Yeah.
So she was walking home after the game. She found herself on the back porch, and it was 3 a.m. Her helmet was missing. Her shin guards were gone. Cleats weren't on properly. The game was over at 9 p.m. She was disoriented, drowsy. Her mom was pissed at her because she was missing for a long time. She had missing time. She was confused. She was walking home. And then all of a sudden, the next thing she knows, she's on the back porch, which is something that the family just didn't use. It was like, like we just don't use the back porch. We don't really go on it. She comes to a second ago. I was walking home from the game. It was 9 p.m. after 9. And now it's 3 a.m. in the morning.
Whoa.
And again, missing time and helmet's gone. She had her uniform is like her shoes are undone. Her pads are like something had taken her and looked over and just kind of threw everything back on, which is part of the cases when people have been abducted by aliens.
Yep.
Yeah, so very possible that happened to Josie Nebby. I'm going to be making, I am in the process of interviewing her multiple times because she's had a lot of stuff happen. I'm going to make a video from that. So that'll be really interesting. And then I'm going to go to, I'm going to go real quick. Yeah, it is. And she's had some really crazy other stuff too. Hold on. That's not what I was looking for. BJ sent me something. So let me go up here. See, Stacy went to bed. She would have saw that before you guys. Let's see. That's not what I'm looking for. What is that? Chunks? Automatic highlights. Okay, whatever. So let me, hello, not closing. That's not it. Let's see. There you are, Beej. All right, let me share this. All right, can you guys see the screen?
No.
No? Okay, let me come back real quick. Let me stop it. It's going. Okay, share. All right, this is from BJ Lapierre, guys, my head moderator and my right hand, honestly, guys, after Stacy. So she recorded this. If you guys remember the video we just watched not too long ago of that ball of energy or whatever responding to that woman, she's had different types of just UFOs, unidentified objects in the sky that they look like they have energy, or they're, at first she thought that they were just like moving and turning, but now it seems like they have some type of, look, you see it, the energy is like in flux.
Oh
It
boy.
looks like, yeah, and it looks like something's in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And the outside, that's like real, like in the same realm of what we were watching earlier. And she has these things freaking coming around her.
That's crazy.
It is. And that's really, even though it's far, that's an excellent video. And
Yeah.
it makes you think, if it looks that detailed from that far, what does that look like if you could get a really good,
Bro, probably mind-boggling.
Yeah. So she has different stuff that she's been sending me for a long time. And I was talking to her the other day and I said, there's definitely a reason that these things are coming to your house. And
So this is right outside her house.
it's above her home.
Oh my God.
She'll go outside with her dog and then she looks up and there they are.
This is amazing.
So, BJ, I mean, you can comment in the chat, about this. So here, let me stop this right here because I want to see what BJ is saying there.
That's crazy, man. Because you could see that little white particle
Yeah.
in the middle, and like it was rotating, vibrating so fast. Like, oh my God.
And she said it followed me to my mother's house.
No way.
So it's very impressive, Louise. And again, she's using a telescope that's not very powerful, and there's some pretty good detail on that thing. Hey, Karen Root, what's up, lady? How you doing? Guys, and also, if you can definitely sub to BJ's YouTube channel. She has her author and illustrator YouTube channel. Make sure you support her channel. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to Mike's, make sure you do. Let's see, still better than Bush talking about NWO. Yes, is absolutely. Yeah, she needs a really good. There's that one telescope that all these people talk about. It's like the one. It's like they can zoom up on the moon. They're like the kind that I forget what they're called, but they're like the ones that people get the views of these things flying across the moon's surface, and they get pictures of whatever.
Some of them are crazy. You can hook them up to your phone now too and record like from the telescope. But
yeah,
you can also get a camera. Like I got a camera right here that has like it goes up to 264x zoom. It was like the first Canon or Sony I ever bought. And if you put it on a tripod, you can see the moon, man. I mean, not just the moon, but like the moon will take up the whole frame of the picture. And it's interesting because I've tried to like see the American flag and stuff before. Of course I couldn't see it, but
yeah,
it's interesting though. It definitely is.
I'm sure. Let me see here. People are sending some stuff here. Okay, there's okay, I see what's going on there. You mean the Epstein? I got some videos sent me in the Planet 412 group chat. I'll tell you what, I don't see any. I don't see why it should be a problem, Alex. So I'm going to share a couple videos, guys, that people have sent in.
And Luis, I'd be down for that. BJ, reach out to me if you ever want to collaborate. That'd be fun.
Tell you what, Mike, you want to interview BJ. You want to, and Josh, I'm going to talk to him later tonight. I'm going to tell him about BJ because he'll want to interview her. I interviewed her. A few of my friends interviewed me, and she's had some really incredible paranormal crazy stuff that's been happening to her since she was a child. You absolutely want to talk to BJ.
Oh, I do.
All right. Let me bring this share. I think this is the right one. If it's not, I will change it. All right. Yeah, it's in the group. There it is. All right. The first one I'm going to share, it's called Jinn Found Reading Quran in Masjid Miracle of Allah. So we'll see. Whenever I see something
What's
like
a jinn? Is a jinn like
a jinn is a paranormal being, kind of like they say that's where genies come from. That word is jinn, is genie, but they're paranormal like beings. They a lot like my Lebanese relatives. My great aunt actually had a attack in Lebanon from a jinn. It looked like a shadow being. They can look different. They can look like shadow people. Uh, I had told this story on bedtime stories. They did my dog man story as well. But you know, the oldest paranormal story I have ever been told in my family was by my great aunt herself. They lived in Lebanon, and tell it real quick. It was just her father and her home. My grandmother and her mother were not there, and she was playing in the house. They lived by a river, really little river, like a little river, and the small house. Their back door would never open. The front door never locked. So that's a part of the story. And she's playing on the floor, and she kept noticing. She said out of the corner of her eye, and she said it happened a lot in the house. There was always like this corner that seemed real dark, and it would draw her attention. But she said this day she kept noticing out of the corner of her eye, she saw movement. She kept noticing. She'd look, and there's nothing there. She's okay, whatever. But and then you got to pull in too the mindset of children. They always say children, like animals have their minds haven't developed enough. They notice supernatural, paranormal things more than adults do. So finally, she's looked a few times, and then she notices something really noticeable because she thought maybe it was her dad. She turns, and there is this tall, all black shadow being standing across the room, looking at her with glowing green eyes. And it starts right away. As soon as she sees it, she said it went like this, and it started coming after her. Like it was like, I'm gonna get you, like that kind of a stance.
That's
She
scary.
starts flipping out, screaming. Of course, her father outside drops everything he's doing. I think he was tending to the animals in the garden, and he goes to run in the house. The door does not lock. She said it couldn't lock. The door was locked. He couldn't get the door open.
That's
He's banging
crazy.
on the door, and his daughter is screaming, "Daddy, help!" And he couldn't get the door open. Finally, there was I think she said it was like a cinder block, and he picked it up and he was smashing at the door. Finally, he got the door to split down the middle enough that he could look through with his eye. And he said this thing stopped. When he finally saw it, it stopped, and it turned around, and it smiled at him. He said it just gave him an evil smile, and it didn't have teeth or anything. It just saw that it's this black face just had a grin, and it turned back around, and it was getting closer. He finally he went postal as dad, protect my child. Finally kicked the door open because being next to the river, there was a lot of moisture in there, and down on the bottom of the door, it had over the time, it just had moisture in it. So he was able to kick that part. The door flew open. He ran in, and he went. And as soon as he was about to put his hand on this thing, it just they said it dissipated like smoke. It just went whoof, and it was gone. So
that's crazy, man.
He 3 days later died because a piece of the door that was rotted from the moisture gave him gangrene in his door, and he died. So the jinn caused him basically to die. And when she told that story, every time she'd tell it, she'd cry. Thank you, Trudy, very much. That's very sweet of you. Here, let me put that up here. And she always would cry when she would tell the story. And my little brother and I, he's a year younger than I, we'd always ask her, her in Lebanese, it's aunt, we call Heltu Alice. Heltu, what was it? What was it? She'd say in broken English. My mom would have to kind of, tell us what she was saying because she couldn't always speak English. She'd say it in Lebanese. Well, she started saying, Jinn. Is it, Jinn? And we were like, Jinn? What the hell is a Jinn? We didn't know we were kids. Yeah. And a jinn, it's actually pronounced Jinn, but a jinn is a well-known, ghostly, paranormal shadow person. It can be an evil poltergeist-like being that is over in the Middle East, in that area over there. And, they're well known for centuries, going back, all the way back, to as far as you can find. any type of intelligent, life.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah, so that's a true story. And
That's good night, Vicious. I see Vicious in the comments going out. Later, buddy.
Bye. Thank you for coming and welcome to Planet 412. All right. I got to turn that on real quick. Here, let me turn that on for you. Oops. Hold on a sec. All right. There we go. Josie, thank you, Josie. Real quick before we go, Josie Nebby just gifted 5 Planet 412 memberships, and our new memberships are. Hey, Charlie, how you doing, buddy? Our new members are. Let's see, Sylvia Silver, Leanne Fisher, Charlie Budden, Dorothy Metcalf, and Ashley Shows Up. Welcome, guys. Leanne Fisher. Do I know you, Leanne? I swear I know that name. Like we've talked before or something. Welcome, guys. Thank you very much for doing that, Josie. That is so sweet of you. All right, let's get this, guys. Here we go. Jinn found reading Quran in Majid Miracle of Allah. Let's see. Oh, wow. The quality is very poor. What is that? What is that? Looks like some kind of animal. Is that a chicken?
Dude, I have no idea.
What the heck is that? The resolution is the lowest it can
Horrible.
ever be. Whoa, it just disappeared. No, it was 144, Mike.
Oh my God.
What the heck? It looks like a face. Do you see that?
Yeah, dude. I'm like,
wow, that looks like I think it just turned into a face. Everybody's freaking out. Whoa, that was weird. I'm putting that back on again. It all of a sudden like sprouts a face. Wow, guys, you got to pay attention to this. This is odd.
What?
A face pops out. You hear them get upset. It bends over or something. All of a sudden, then it comes back up.
Like
and
that. Did something just pop out? Or am I seeing shit?
No, something is happening to it, and they freak out. Here it comes. Look, there's a face. It just popped out of nowhere. It's on the ground.
Where? See, I'm tripping, bro.
There's a face. See look, there's a nose. There's a face. There's a face. How can you?
Oh my God, dude! I did not see that.
That is
like
some
head.
Let me tell you something. This is a real recording. This ain't that resolution can only come from a crappy camera. This is some wild. Wow, Alex Landry. Thank you, brother. That's some crazy stuff right there, boy. Hey, John, how are you? Oh, you joined? How you doing, John? I'm reading your comment. Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. We'll have to talk, John. Good to see you. Griffin Eagle says 2008, Matt, the footage is from. Well, I'm going to tell you what. Let me tell you something. That's some funky stuff right there. Because
play it again. Now that I know where that face is, play it one more time.
Let me tell you something. That wasn't there at the beginning.
Yeah, see, I wasn't looking there. I was looking at the top.
They get really upset. The people. Hold on.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's not there. Holy crap.
Yeah, so there's nothing there. this is no AI. This is a real
Bro, this is like
footage.
witchcraft shit.
And again, you can only get grabbing footage like this from a real camera.
Of course, right?
This is like a camera that's like the oldest like ever made. But be it good enough to
2005
show a
BlackBerry.
dude,
Yeah.
that's unbelievable. That's some of the freakiest stuff I've ever seen in my life. I think that is legit for real.
This is scary.
Okay, Turbo Christ, for sure.
Okay, right there.
It
Like,
popped
what's
out of
going on?
nowhere. Wow. Dude, that gave me the chills.
And see, now they don't go around to the front. Or do they? Hold on.
Yeah, they move. Wow.
What?
Dude, that is some
Why didn't it go
wild
face on? I
stuff.
wanted to see a face on.
I would have taken that camera and gone all the way around. Oh my God, that was nuts. I'm telling you, hey, let me just put it like this. Not everything is fake, guys. There is stuff on there that people share because they were like, oh my God, what the hell? Like those people there, they're like, oh my God, what is it? We're going to show everybody. That is a gem that I think that's real. I really do.
Bro, I don't know how that could be, because from 08, right? So 08.
Yeah, and the resolution is so, guys, the resolution, I didn't even know there was a 144 resolution.
I did, but it's horrible. It's ridiculous.
I'm like really like blown away by that. Like that was like, I really believe that's like a legit video. Like,
well, did you see when the head popped in at the end? They only went up to like the side of it, kind of. They didn't go full on again and show us the front of the face, so we can only
then
see.
You started hearing though, what I found telling though is you start hearing people in the room started to notice it, and they started screaming and stuff, guys. Where they started getting upset, they're like, "Oh, yeah." Like, I don't know, man. I mean, it could be something else, and it just makes you think it's real. But that looked funky real to me,
why
bro.
were they doing that?
It wasn't there, and it popped out of it. Like the thing went like that, and then all of a sudden there's a face. And it was on the ground. There's like nowhere from anything to come. It wasn't a balloon. Wow, that was wild.
And see, were they trying to summon something, or is that a ritual? Or I would.
Yeah, it looked weird. What they were up to, who knows what they were up to? They probably wanted to, kill the evil Americans by bringing that.
Imagine!
Thing out.
Oh my God.
Griffin Eagle. I think it was Griffin Eagle. Was it you, Griffin? No, it was. Who was it? It was. Hold on. Somebody had just told me. Turbo Christ, you had said you shared something. Give me a second here. Welcome again, guys, to all of the new the new members that Josie gifted you guys. I've got to check this and see if they have fixed it for me. So I think, did I tell you earlier? Sorry, I'm wiping my nose, and Stacy would be like, Matt, don't do that in front of them.
Wait, what did David just say? Is David talking about David? Are you talking about what just happened?
Yeah, he's the one who recommended it.
Oh
no, I'm sorry. Alex was. He says it here. Let me put it up. Let me put on the David said, starts with amalgamation of snake and elephant, then goes kind of chicken. I told you it looked like a chicken at one point.
It did.
Then the crocodile mouth pops open and the face is inside of the upper jaw. We're going to have to watch that again in a little bit. But Turbo Christ, hey, Turbo, can you do me a favor? Because I got a lot of stuff in here. Can you reshare that for me in the chat? Because I have another video from Alex Landry who said that. So I'm interested. It doesn't look like it's I'm saving that video. That's insane.
Yeah, that's one to play.
That's like something out of a nightmare that you see something change like that. Oh, Griffin Eagle, that's the one you wanted to share. And I wonder why you were being so adamant to share that one.
Holy crap.
That
That's
was
going to give me
wild.
nightmares, bro. Like, not many things like.
It was like a nightmare. That was like a weird nightmare. Like you're looking at something and it's like a chicken, and then it's like this, and then it
And
turns
I
into
feel like I still hear the
crocodile
prayer.
opens its mouth and there's a face in it. That was like demonic, in my opinion.
That's
That
what I'm
was,
saying. Like, I hear that dude singing still in my head. I don't like it. I don't like it.
and then like I think the guys were just not even paying attention. Like, oh, there's a chicken on the ground, whatever. Don't pay attention. And all of a sudden, there's a face. Like that's what the yelling started coming from. All right, let me share this again. That was really crazy.
Because I was wondering what it started as. It looked like it could have just been something held up with like a little robe thing on it. But then
At
the
first, I'm like,
pixelation is so bad.
well, at first I'm like, well, it's a chicken. Why are we looking at a chicken? You know, it's just, you know, kind of a thing you'd expect to be shown, you know, in some Middle Eastern tea bar or something. Like they have a chicken on the floor. They think it's special. Hold on. Share this tab. It's about Jeffrey Epstein. All right. Where's my thing? Oh, there it is. All right. I don't know why that started. It gave me another page because there's so much stuff. That's why.
So this is Epstein. We're going into Epstein.
Yeah. They asked if I would be okay with it. I don't see why not.
Epstein, Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker, and I couldn't move. I was like paralyzed and I was naked and I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. So he sort of used to see how far he could sort of push people, I guess. Sorry, I get anxious about this. When we were taken to his bedroom, it was always pitch dark and ice cold. Waking up in a laboratory.
Well, we're glad you're here,
6
Trudy.
people in hazmat suits around me.
How do you feel about the Trump administration's statements this week about Epstein?
I think it's horrific, actually, especially when Trump gained presidency promising the list. He told me he worked with CIA. He told me he had my family's name on a list.
It was the government doing it, so you can't really get the government to tell on itself.
A lot of people want to judge girls who were taken there and stuff, but they don't know what it's like being kidnapped by the most evil people in the world.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are interviewing Juliet Bryant, a survivor of the Jeffrey Epstein human trafficking network. I'm super honored to have her, and I think this is going to be extremely important information for everybody, especially in light of the recent super abysmal treatment of the entire topic of the Epstein client list by the current administration.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
You know, I just think that listening to the victims right now is obviously not only the most important thing, but the only thing we can do, because we can't listen to our government. That ship has sailed.
Yeah, exactly.
So Juliet's story is not
Any
one of
government,
just
not
survival,
yours.
but radical courage in the
I'll
face
trust
of
any
true evil.
government.
She's breaking through the elite's attempts to silence her by choosing truth, regardless of the cost, and we're lucky and blessed that she's doing it with us today on this channel. Juliet's testimony is an inspiration to me, and I know it will be to all of you as well, serving as proof that regardless of the size, of the power, of the evil that she and all of us are facing right now, I truly believe that God is working through Juliet and using her to tell us the truth that our government refuses to. So Juliet, thank you so much for being here today. I know this isn't an easy topic, so I'm really thankful you're here.
Thank you so much for having me on your show, Blair. And also thank you to everyone for listening. And I can see also from your interviews you do, Blair, you really care and you're fighting for justice. And thank you for that. So I'm really honored to be on your show. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think the most logical place to start is how did this monster, Jeffrey Epstein, and his operation enter your life to begin
Yeah,
with?
he
What
is
was your life like
crazy
when you
as to
fell
what a-
victim to this? What were the
These people,
circumstances of your
man,
life? And how did it all come to be?
Well,
Kanye West and
when I
all
met
those other people, like
Epstein,
this
you know, my
stuff
family
is
were having a hard
crazy
time
what they're doing,
financially,
or
and
did.
I was also starting to study. I wanted to be a psychologist. My plan was to do art therapy and help with children. And then I started doing modeling on the side to make money
Very
because I was
pretty.
already
Wow.
scouted when I was 14 years old to do
Gorgeous.
modeling, but my mum wouldn't let me do it. So this was when I was 20 years old. I'd been scouted again, and I eventually started modeling. And then just to make money, of course, you know, I really wanted to be a therapist and I wanted to help people. And then one night I was out with a friend of mine and we met a girl called Naja Hill.
I agree, Lisa.
We
You
didn't
can
know who she was at the time. Of course, she was just a sort of, you know, no one really does. But, you know, apparently now she works for Fox News. But she approached a friend of mine and I and said that her friend Epstein was here, Jeffrey Epstein, and he was with the president of America, the ex-president Bill Clinton. She said he was here with Bill Clinton and Kevin Spacey, and he owned
Oh, Kevin
Victoria's
Spacey did
Secret's
some
Leslie
really
Wexner.
wild,
And he said it would,
like,
I mean, she said it would
disgusting
really
stuff
help
to
my modeling
people.
career
Yeah.
to meet them. So of course I was like, I wanted to meet them because it seemed like the most legitimate opportunity, you know. It seemed like a dream come true, really. You know, I'd always been hoping that I would, you know, be able to do something with my life, you know, and just with the modeling one, always models always hope for like their lucky break. We went from the restaurant bar to the restaurant where they were having dinner, and they were all there. They, you know, Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker. They were having dinner with a few government officials. I'm sorry about my dogs in the background, but you know, everyone
That's fine.
understands protection dogs. Got to have
Yes.
them, you know.
Yes.
So the government officials didn't stand up and meet us, but Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker, and Jeffrey Epstein, they all stood up and shook my hand. You know, and I was very like starstruck, and I didn't know who Jeffrey Epstein was at the time. Obviously, no one did. You know, I just thought, oh, it's some man who sort of runs the world, King of America, is what I was told, with the president and all these other people. You know, and I was just like starstruck because I just turned 20 years old. I was young, and I'd never met any celebrities in my life. And when Bill Clinton shook my hand, like he just held onto my hand and then he went like this and he started talking to someone else. And he held onto my hand for like at least a minute and just carried on talking to them for ages and ages. And after like 1 minute, he looked at me again and he said, "Nice to meet you." And I was like, stop, like, you know, it was scary having this man holding onto my hand for so
Hey
long.
guys,
But
I'm gonna stop this. It's just kind of, it's not really like grabbing or anything. You know what I mean? And Alex, brother, I'm gonna watch this later because I want to know what's going on. But I want to be able to give, like, we're going
The
over
in
things that.
between.
What's that, Mike?
Sorry, the in between I just saw joined.
Oh, is Carol Ann here? How you doing, Carol Ann? And welcome. Yeah, it's just I wasn't. It was just kind of. I'm not like gonna like play a long interview. Like that's something you got to sit back and watch. It was a little. It's not exciting enough for what we're doing here. Alex,
Yeah.
don't get mad at me. I love you, brother. That one you gave before was insane. So that was a big difference going from the freaking crocodile mouth with a head in it to this woman talking about Epstein. So let me see. What I mean by pow is like, you know, like that the video before was like, oh my god, pow, like holy what the heck. And then that for me is just like, okay, I can watch it later.
It's interesting, but yeah, it takes
for sure, for sure. I want to go back to Turbo Christ. Did you resubmit that that link? He sent the video title again. Yeah, he said he did. Okay, let me look. Okay. All right. It must be the next one. Okay.
Yeah, bro. I gotta look up the gin after this because I can't get that out of my head now.
Yeah, look into it. It's a really interesting, you know, supernatural being.
I don't like it though. I gotta be. It made me uncomfortable. Just that face.
Because it screamed legitimate.
Yeah, it was scary, man.
Where is it, Turbo Christ? I'm looking, bro. I'm seeing you comment. I don't see where it is though. That you shared it in the link is here in the chat. And Louise, you know what?
Take care, Louise.
Hey, yeah, take care. It's late there. It is a good group, man. We just we have a good, that's why these things are doing well, man. I mean, I know not all the time we're looking at something. I would prefer to have something rolling right now, but at least we can, we can laugh. And Josie made one of the most off the wall comments a little bit ago. Like I was just sitting there, it like took a minute for me, like, cause I see so much flying by. And then it sunk in what she said. I just started, I had to mute my microphone because I started laughing. It was hilarious.
Hold on, I gotta look at what Tawny just said. That's ridiculous if true. She said, "Did you ever hear that every president we've had in the United States, except Van Buren and Trump, have been related?" Bro, I need a fact check.
I have heard there's a lot
true?
of relations. I've heard some type of conspiracy before that a bunch of the presidents are related in some way. Yeah, I've heard that before. I didn't put much thought into it though, because
Bro, well, think about it. If that's true, then
if it's true,
we're more like a dynasty than.
It really could be true. I mean, Mama Dragon, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Turbo Christ, I don't know if you could share it right now, because bro, I have so much comments in here that I'm looking for your link. I cannot find it. There's thousands of comments in here.
What are you trying to find? Can you just go on YouTube and pull it up?
He said, what's the name of, just say the name of the video in the chat, Turbo Christ. What is it? I'll look it up on YouTube.
Was it the one he already said? The channel called Ghost Host?
Is that it? Did
the title is Skinwalkers and Werewolves Top 6.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. See, dude, I got so many in my phone right now. I don't even attempt to look at it on my screen because it's so far. It goes so fast. Yeah. Hold on. Let me share. I'll go on YouTube and put it in.
Okay.
Man, I ain't closing that gin one, man. That is so crazy.
I'm gonna have to save that after too.
I'll send you the link, bro. That's wild. All right. No, what did he say, Mike? Mike, what did he say to put in?
Okay, let me find it. Channel's called Ghost Toast.
Never heard of it.
Same. And the title of it, tell me once you're there.
I'm there. I'm just putting in there in the
title's called Skinwalkers and Werewolves Top 6 Unexplained Sightings.
Let's see if it brings it up.
David Lancaster said it's not a conspiracy. A bunch of presidents that are distant cousins, even Barack, if I remember. That's crazy.
I heard about Barack. That's the first time I ever heard of it. That's why I mentioned it. Let me see. Ghost Toast. Ghost Toast, Skinwalkers and Werewolf Witnesses, Encounters, Unexplained Sightings. Well, I'm seeing real Skinwalker. That's Small Town Monsters. Where's Ghost Toast? Let me just put Ghost Toast in, because it ain't popping up with that whole description.
Bro, this president thing has me on edge, if this is true.
I told you, man, I noticed that. I remember that. And when I heard that was about, because they brought up Obama. So that like I was like, what?
I thought I heard something, and then Ready Steady Retro just said yes. The presidential job is also vetted by bloodlines. If you think about it, I heard in like Britain, people that live there, y'all can tell me if this is true, but does the queen or king, right now it's a king, do they have more power than the prime minister? Because I read a comment on X the other day saying somebody said, "Oh, I hope the king dismantles this prime membership or whatever." But I'm like, could the king do that, or is it like I don't know how much power the king has? You know, like I guess I would need someone from Britain to tell me.
Okay, here's his channel. That was hard because there's all these people. I'm like, there's like all these videos of people tasting Kit Kat flavored ghost toast or something. I'm like, what the hell is this? So when I put in actual channel, it popped up. All right, let me share this real quick here. And then we can do this together.
I've never heard of this channel, Ghost Toast.
I've never heard of ghost toast
This
either.
is a true story involving my brother Justin and sister-in-law Brianna living on a plot of land somewhere in Socorro County, New Mexico.
There you
All
go.
right, let's see videos.
Let's see what they got.
Well, he said the one is called werewolves and
Yeah, it was called like
werewolf skinwalkers or something. No, it was
I'll go back to it. Yeah, skinwalkers and werewolves top six unexplained sightings. But I'm sure there must be other ones.
and night crawlers, 10 unexplained videos.
Yeah, I think he said the first one was the only good one in that top six too, if I understood
All
him.
right. I'm looking. Okay, well I didn't see it there.
Do you see any?
The only one I see is this one right here. Let me play this. This is Skinwalkers and Night Crawlers, 10 Unexplainable Moments.
Just a quick reminder to those of you who are new to the channel, this is a throwback video, meaning that it is composed of older videos and the quality of voiceover work.
Yeah, definitely different, but man, maybe has some cool stuff.
Holy crap, and David
as well
Lancaster
as audio
just said
and
43
music
out of
is not the
46
same as the
presidents
other
are
videos that I've been
descendants of
uploading
King
to the
John.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, bud? We can't hear you.
David Lancaster just said 43 out of 46 presidents are descendants of King John. If true, that is
Also,
crazy.
some of the videos
I'm gonna have to look that up after.
are voiced by an AI. I didn't know any better at the time. With that said, let's begin. This video is one of the most convincing ones I've seen.
Oh, I've seen this one.
The
Actually, is
individuals
pretty
recording
convincing.
were originally simply trying to track and record the animals in this field when they accidentally captured this.
Hold on, I'm switching it.
There's two more black dots. Oh, what the crap? Is that a guy?
Yeah, the guy, I think he's like it was a skinwalker or something. He just came out of nowhere.
What was that? Dude, that was a skinwalker. What? I videoed it. What the frick?
They did. They're not stoners, are they?
Are we frozen?
Were originally simply trying to track
It's
and
not
record the
playing?
animals
No, it'll play.
in this field.
No, I'm saying, are
And
we
they accidentally
all
captured
frozen right?
this.
You mean the channel?
Yeah.
No, it's playing. I'm watching it.
Okay.
What the frick? What was that? Dude, that was a skinwalker. What? I videoed it. What the frick?
Could this be a skinwalker
It's weird, man, because
desperately attempting to disguise itself and blend in with the surroundings?
his sound is horrible.
Or possibly a Wendigo.
These kids were watching.
Wendigos are said to be malevolent spirits
and then all of a sudden,
that
this
disguise
guy,
themselves
like, popped up out of nowhere.
as large humanoid figures.
It was really odd how
You
that
decide.
Graveyard Walker.
Another strange sighting. This time a deer behaving quite abnormally. Users on the internet also believe this to be a Wendigo. This deer's behavior is odd, if anything.
Something's behind you.
A group of friends was attempting to pose for a photo when the camera operator accidentally began recording a video. If it wasn't for this mistake, they would have never noticed the dark figure lurking behind them.
Hold on a second. Let me put that back. That was odd, Mike.
Yeah, that was weird.
In the night.
His sound is a little messed up. He's got some like
Many viewers
clicking
see
in his
different things in this video,
You hear it?
but I personally
Like it's
see
got
two
like
nearly humanoid-headed figures with animal legs.
Let me check mine and see if I can make that go away. That's not me. He's got some good stuff. He's got some good videos, actually. They're decent.
This one's a weird one. A creature in the backyard of a home.
Oh my God! Hold on, I gotta pause this.
Almost
Wait a
looks
second.
like a horse.
All right, guys. You know, I'm sure anybody that has been hanging out at the live stream for like the last few weeks, I have been trying to find this video for you guys. That's why I had to stop it, dude. So I don't know where this video comes from. Like it's in another country, like Colombia or something, maybe. But it looks like it's this giant dog man or something, and it looks relatively like authentic or maybe even real. I've watched this video a bunch of times and I wanted you guys to see it because it's like this monstrous thing in this guy's backyard, and he's in his house. He has bars on his windows and he's shining it on this thing, and all of a sudden he gets pissed off and it runs toward him. I've been trying to find it for you guys for weeks. So I'm so excited I get to show this to you.
So this isn't the one where something just like drops straight down. This is a different one.
No, this is like I've been explaining to my people that I've been trying to find this dog man thing where this thing is in this backyard of this guy's house, and it like walks. It's huge. And it looks real. It doesn't look like a costume or anything. And at one point he's shining this really bright light and it gets pissed off and it runs towards his house. And the guy gets scared. He jumps back from the window. He's got bars on his window, which I think is telling as well. So like, is this thing, a regular thing? So let's watch it. I want you guys to check this out.
Till it moves away at the end of this video. Watch closely.
It's some weird stuff, bro. All right, I'm going back a little bit because you can see I've never seen that footage of its face.
Yeah, bro. That
Backyard
needs
of
to
a
be in like
home.
slow motion, like even more slow.
Almost looks like a horse
I've actually seen
until
pictures of
it
Bigfoot
moves away
close up,
at
and
the
it
end
looks
of this
like one
video.
of them too. Look
Watch
right
closely.
there. Man, that looks real to me, bro. That's some weird stuff right there. See, that's not a person. That thing is huge. Look at it, and its face changes. Like it has like
Watch closely.
it has emotion on its face, and its ears move and everything. And it gets mad and it runs at him. Yeah, dude, man, that's wild. And the guy in the longer version of that, just so that you guys, like in the longer version of that video, they show the guy actually in his house, like behind his, like shining out of the barred window. And when he pulls back, he like pulls back so hard, the guy falls on the floor. So I don't know, man, that looked like some legit stuff right there.
I'm not sure where this video originates from, but it's quite creepy. A couple noticed something moving in their backyard, so they decided to record. And what they caught is quite chilling.
What was that?
Accidental capture.
All right, wait, I need to run that back. That was very odd.
So they decided to record. And what they caught is quite chilling. Accidental capture. Another accidental capture, this time from a motion photo. As the user plays back this 1 second clip, you can see something crawl across the background.
Our next video captures a seemingly ordinary day in the life of a grandmother and her grandchild. That is, until the little girl begins to acknowledge a presence in the corner of the room. Initially, the grandmother plays along, believing the child's interaction to be a product of her vivid imagination, until the little girl utters a chilling statement.
You're so funny. I can't wait till summer gets here so we can go outside and play. I miss Mimi. I miss you too. I miss you too. What? What? Who's coming? Oh. You see somebody back there? Him. Who? Him. Him? Yeah. Where's he at? Is he in our house? Yeah. Where? Show me. Where's he at? He's right in front of you? Yep. Who is it? A guy. Who's there, mister? What are you doing in our... Where's he at? In the dining room? Yeah. Show me him. Go show me him. Give me your hand. Take me to him. Yes. Take me to him. show me. Is he right here? Yeah. He's in our dining room? Yeah. What are you doing in our dining room, mister? What does he look like?
I mean, this just could be construed.
He's got bug eyes?
Yeah. Playing with it.
What are you doing in our living room, mister? Get. You go back home. You go back wherever you came from. What's he doing? Come on, you're creeping me out. We're going upstairs. Come on. You're scaring me. We're going upstairs. Yeah, you're scaring me. We're going upstairs.
This next video hails from an undisclosed location abroad. It features a flooded and forsaken building. As the person filming navigates their way to the basement, they are met with a shocking sight. Our penultimate clip presents an enigma that continues to baffle me. Originating in 2016, this video captures a seemingly ordinary scene, a toddler in his crib. However, what happens next challenges our understanding of both physics and reality. Is this an instance of paranormal interference? Could an invisible entity be attempting to lift the child from the safety of his crib? Or are we witnessing a remarkable display of this toddler's physical prowess? Let us know in the comments. Randonautica. An app designed to generate random geographic coordinates.
Matt, your mic's muted, I think.
So Yvonne, I was answering you. Thank you, Mike, for telling me I purposely muted it because I got yelled at the other day. Matt, you were talking during the video and I couldn't hear it. I was like, sorry, okay, I won't do it anymore. I'll pause it. So Yvonne, I saw your comment about do people disappear when they're recording? And they do. It's not really a safe venture for some of these people, especially in these days. And, you have a lot of these channels like Dee's Dark Adventures and some of these other ones where Dee's doesn't do it anymore because I guess she had some scary stuff happen, like people like stalkers or whatever. But I remember watching some of these videos. They even had like a top 5 scary of like that specific subject. These women that have big YouTube channels are like, I'm going to go out today and I'm going to go here, everybody. And then all of a sudden there's a video of them there. They feel creeped out. And not till like later when they go home. They're so lucky that they did not become part of the missing 411 or something. There's like some guy like slowly moving behind a tree in the background, and it's horrifying. But like, don't ever tell people on your thing where you're going. And yes, it's just dangerous. People are going to highly known hot cryptid areas by themselves, wanting to catch a dog man or something on film, and then the people never come back. It's just not always the smartest thing to do. At least bring somebody with you.
For the thrill seekers among us takes center stage in our final clip. What happens when a nighttime journey leads you to an isolated spot, only to find you're not alone?
Why did we just go to this fucking quantum point and this whole fucking person is Sky? Oh my God. Bitch, I can't. What if the person shows up in my rear view camera? No, bitch, I can't.
Following a wave of eerie incidents reported by its users, the Randonautica app was temporarily deactivated. As of today, May 25th, 2023, the app has resurfaced, beckoning those who dare to venture into the unknown.
Bitch, I can't. What if the person shows up in my rear view camera?
Good night, Carol. It was great having you. Randonautica is weird the way that stuff actually works out. I have to be honest. Mike, how about your opinion, man? Some of that stuff is crazy.
Dude, I remember watching a bunch of it. Like, I was kind of hooked on it for a while, but like that just reminded me when it said, I remember when it was like taken off and then it got put back on 2023.
Well, they found bodies and
much
stuff
since then.
Well, they found like some of the people found like bodies in suitcases and stuff like that.
I heard that. Yep. I heard that. And I followed like two guys. One guy in particular, he would go to these crazy spots. And I don't know if it was set up, man, but it seemed like every time he went, something happened. Like something weird. Like there'd be a doll with a note or something on it. I don't know, man.
All right. So everybody, just to let you know, I'm going to play Turbo's video. It's going to be the last thing we play tonight. Mike needs to get some rest, and he's had some weird gremlin stuff going on.
Yo, with that last video, my computer died at 100%, and then like for the rest of that video, I was like covering my ears. That's why I didn't get to see much because white noise was coming through my screen. And
it
now
happened after I changed the resolution to that 2 something. I hope I didn't cause that.
No, I think it was just on my computer, man. Now look, now it's my computer's fine, everything, but it was like glitching and twitching, and this is like, it's a really nice laptop. I don't know how it happened.
Right.
Really
sometimes it just stuff happens.
Yeah.
All right, I am getting this for you finally, Turbo. I'm opening my mail. Let me see. I'm looking. I don't see anything. The North Carolina Dogman encounter. Is that it? Is that what you're talking about, buddy? Let me make sure if that's what you mean first. Hey, Turbo, is it the energies and entities? Let me look. I don't see it. I don't see it at the moment.
That's right.
Sorry, bud. Let me that freaked me out, man. My arms, like my armrests move, and it like popped out, and it scared me for some reason.
Yeah, mine do too.
I'm looking, bud. I want this happened the other night with Griffin Eagle. Like we were trying to find that they wanted to show us that weird video with I think it was the gin one, and I couldn't find the video. I don't see it.
Bro, next time we do this, I'll make sure to give you a bunch of videos.
Yeah, I'll have it. Like I really like. I've just been so
I feel you.
inundated with stuff. I try to have stuff ready. It's just I get so busy. I just can't
I feel
find
you.
the time for it.
Because there's so many videos that I can't think of right now, but I'm sure if I was just walking throughout the day, I could add them up and it'd be like 10, 20.
Well, the way I did it once I did it twice on here, and I had time to do it. And what's cool about it is when the video's in format and it's everything where you could I can download it if someone sends it to me, like on Messenger or my email into my computer, and I can open it in this EveMux thing, and I can pop it in, and then all I have to do is press a button. Okay, here's the next one, pop. But that takes time to do it.
Yeah.
And I want to do that. And that's what I'm going to do in the near future. But, I'm working on like 5 different projects right now. And I have a game Friday, and Turbo Buddy, man, I'm so sorry, man. It's not here. I must not have gotten the email yet. I feel bad. This is exactly what happened with Griffin the other night, Griffin Eagle.
Is this something on YouTube too, or is it something?
Yeah. So, Turbo, do me look in spam. Okay, hold on. Nope, not there.
Huh.
It's not in my spam. What's the title? Write the exact title for me, and I'll put that in YouTube. That'll just circumvent, hopefully, the problem.
Bro, wouldn't that be cool if they had like a download box at the bottom so people could just drag and drop videos in, and you could just
dude, it would make it so easy for me and wow, that looks like a really wild. Oh my God, that looks really crazy. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm going to have to this is a little long. I'm watching this. This might be my next video. I just found something.
Lisa, you could be right.
What did she say?
It's like YouTube knows you want to watch it and it messes you up. It's like whatever you need to find, you can't find.
It won't do it. Yeah, it's like it's like screw you. I ain't gonna give it to you. All right, let me see. He just put the title in here. Hold on. Yeah, I looked on his channel too, and that wasn't there.
It could have been a live or something. So
right. Ghost Toast channel. Let me go back.
Yeah, just type it all in the search bar. Ghost Toast, Skinwalkers, and Werewolves. Top 6. And it should probably come up.
Ghost Toast channel.
Don't even say channel. Just say
well,
Ghost
last
Toast.
time it didn't do it when I spelled it out like that, but I'll do it.
Let me see if I can find it.
Here, Ghost Toast, Skinwalkers, and Werewolves. Top 6 on it. Okay. No, don't. He really wants me to ask to see that video. It played like that last time. Skinwalkers and Werewolves.
And the Werewolves.
Okay. It separates it like that. Okay, let me separate that. Werewolves.
I see what you mean. Damn. It's not coming
Top
up.
6 unexplained sightings.
Okay. I just typed the whole thing in, and it's not coming up on the top of the page.
Right, it's not on mine either. Are you seeing like shorts?
shorts, and then as I scroll down, the first thing I see is Darkness Prevails, then the channel Witnessed, then more shorts.
You're
and then,
saying the same thing as I am.
yeah, I
Let
don't
me
see
put
it.
let me put Ghost Toast channel and see if that helps.
Okay, yeah, let me go back to that.
Oh God, it's not here. I mean,
Okay,
and I feel bad because he obviously sees it. You know what I'm saying?
So let me see here. All right, the dude
I'm going
has
to go
no
back to the
line.
actual channel.
Maybe it's on an old playlist, and it's not because sometimes they'll unlist things. Well, actually, we wouldn't be able to see it though. Hold on.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying, but we're trying, bro.
We're gonna find it, bro.
Oh God.
Huh.
I saw that one we just watched. I got excited. I was like, there it is. No, that's the one we just watched. Maybe if I take Ghost Toast out and just put that title in.
Yeah, Turbo. Are you positive it's Ghost? I just typed that in. Or I'm looking at an old one. I typed in Ghost Toast, Skinwalkers, and Werewolves, the / top 6 unexplained sightings, and nothing came up. And I'm on Ghost Toast right now, and I'm literally going through every one of their videos right now.
Let me, because I took Ghost Toast out of it, and I'm just looking now at the other videos.
They got some interesting stuff, though. I mean, from
Yeah, he does. He
live
did
cover to Carol Ann and Black Eye
he
Kid.
did a pretty good job.
Yeah. The blue-haired woman. I remember Carol Ann covering that. Bell Witch. Let's see. Dude's got so many playlists, though. Come on. Oh, I found one called Skinwalkers and Nightcrawlers.
Well, here's one: 6 True Skinwalker and Dogman Encounters. Oh, that's Josh's channel. That's not what he's looking for.
Yeah, on Ghost Toast, I found Skinwalkers and Nightcrawlers.
That's what we just watched.
That's what we just watched. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know where. I wish I could find. Let me see if I got his email.
Trying to find it.
Yeah, dude, we're having a heck of a time. People are probably like,
Dude,
out of
it's
here.
literally not on. Well, I'm not going to say literally. I don't see it on his whole.
our
I just went through
has
every
gotten
single thing.
much smaller. They're like, I'm out of here, dude. See, I care. I want to get it
I
from
believe you, man. I believe you would exist. I just can't find it.
Me either. I this is really frustrating, man. If you can just post the link right in the chat, brand new, right there, to make it the next thing you post, Turbo. Make it the link. Just post it right there.
Yeah, I can.
And I can take that and I can do something with that. Because it ain't. I ain't finding it, bro. It just
Dude,
ain't
I
here.
don't see it.
Yeah, we both looked. I mean, I don't.
The only thing I can think of is maybe he
Is that
had
it, Kel? Okay, thanks, Kel.
You found it?
I think Kel found it. All right, let me see.
No way.
Yeah, she found it. You're awesome, Kel. That's not. Oh, it is Ghost Toast. Where the hell is that from?
Wait, I need to find this.
Yeah, it's there.
I'm gonna go crazy if it's on there, bro.
Awesome. That was really cool. Okay, thanks, Kel. You guys see, my girls are unstoppable. They are phenomenal. Oh man, my girls are the best, man. They know they're untouchable. History. There it is. All right, here we go, guys. Let me bring it up. Let me pause it. All right. Thank God we found it. Cal found it. Let me pause it. Hold on. Let me come back to you guys and share it, and then we'll get it up on the screen. Shit, what happened? a sec. Where's... Why am I not popping back up on the screen? Oh, there it is.
I still can't find it. I might have typed it in wrong, but oh wait, there's a space. So... I'm going crazy. Bro. I'm still looking for it, guys, and this is freaking me out because I'm typing it in. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Matt, but I'm typing it in and it's not popping up for me. I'm starting to get like freaked out a little bit. Like, let me try one more thing.
Hold on.
Oh,
Well, my what's real weird is my thing kicked me real quick. It was real strange. I had to come back in. I just think I had too many windows open.
Yeah, I feel you.
Are we still here? Are we still in the? Yeah, we're still here.
We live.
All right, let me bring YouTube up.
Bro, it won't come up for me. I don't know if I'm pasting it in wrong or something.
Why don't you just click it right out of the thing? That's what I did.
I can't click it. I'm on your EV Mux thing. I'm not even.
Oh, dude, open your phone. Put my thing on your phone.
Oh yeah, I didn't try that.
Yeah, that's I always have my phone open to the chat, and so that so I have like multiple things. You click it right out of the chat, it'll open up.
Oh,
right.
I see. All right. Yeah. Damn, I didn't. Oh man, I could have been talking to y'all the whole time. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah,
It's all good.
I'm
You learn something new every day. All right, let me
man.
put this up. Pause it. All right, because everything closed real strange. Everything was closed. That was really weird. All right, let me share this. Now we're sharing it, guys. Hold on a sec.
How did we not see this, bro? This is crazy.
I don't know where it came because it wasn't on there, Mike.
Oh, it might be when we typed it in though. I didn't do the and sign like that, but I don't know why it would be that.
Yeah, I'll look at it when it's on playing. Right now, I just want to get it up for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, guys.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
All right, let me rewind it all the way to the beginning.
Made it to the Appalachian Mountains. So far, no skin.
Skinwalkers, otherwise known by the Navajo culture as the Yi Nallushi, a practitioner of black magic with the ability to assume the form of any living being it chooses.
Oh, Kel said it's in the playlist. I almost clicked the playlist.
I was in the playlist.
This video really makes me think back to the events that occurred at my brother's house,
to put it out
as discussed in the Witching Hours series.
The Ghost Toast, it shouldn't just be in the playlist hiding so no one can see it.
Agreed.
Well, Kel is one of my 3 unstoppable women, so thank you, as always, guys.
The origin of this video is unknown. At first glance, for me, the footage screams artificially generated.
Nightly visitor.
Were you sleeping, Lisa?
I can't verify the story behind this video,
scream is used
but the
in so many
information I
videos.
found said that a man in Brazil was petrified when he saw something big and hairy run across his backyard on its hind legs. So he set up a security camera pointed toward the back patio and was in disbelief when he saw this.
He's got his... Wait a minute. That did not look good. Get his leg up on the wall and his hand between his legs. I don't know. That doesn't look real to me. That looks fake. Like fabric-y, like somebody made a costume.
Skin screamer.
This next video comes to us from the channel Crooked 16th, who was hiking in the Gila National Forest, just north of Silver City, New Mexico. A small city, in my opinion, highly resembling the fictional town of Gravity Falls. According to the uploader, everything was going quite smoothly on this hike, until suddenly the birds ceased their chirping, and nature itself seemed to fall to a dead silence. And that's when he heard this. Yet another photo, whose source is unverifiable. The story behind it being that a family checked their security camera footage one night to see this. A still of a haunting, wolf-like creature with slightly humanoid features.
This is AI. It's
in their
so
backyard.
overly been proven so many times. It's ridiculous. It's on here. But hey, this might be an older video.
It's all good.
If you don't know, well, if you don't know, it looks compelling. It really does. But it's AI.
With all the coloring, yeah.
My source had little information on this video, and the actual original poster is once again unknown. But I hope that watching this video does to you guys what it did to me. Because it took me on a momentary trip of unbearable anxiety.
That's kind of creepy. Go this way. This is where most people would turn around. If you turn around and you never get to see what's on the other side. That's where all the gold is waiting over there. Could be missing out what's on the other side. Hello?
Still can't give these gifts and memberships. I'm telling you right now,
Oh
if
god,
they
there's
don't
even
fix
more
my
bums than last
gifted
time.
membership thing,
Looks like
I'm
we've
going
already
to-
passed it a while ago, but that tree is gone. I'm probably gonna turn around soon. Oh, there's two ways.
I just am saying this, and I'm not saying anything else about this. You guys know how angry I am about YouTube still not fixing my ability to gift my people their memberships. If they don't fix it soon, I am going to. Did you guys see Beekeeper with what's his name, the little British guy, the karate guy that's in all the movies?
Oh, Jason Statham.
Yeah, he did a Beekeeper, that movie. Did you see that movie?
Yeah.
So, you know how he went in, he burned those places down. That's what I'm going to do to YouTube if they don't freaking fix my membership thing.
Holy crap, dude, this trail goes on forever.
Not cool, YouTube. I've written them so many emails.
It just got really quiet really fast.
What the hell?
That was my cue to leave.
Yeah, I think he heard a voice or something. It is, David, and that's gonna be me. Mark my words.
Bro, that looks like you could be like a frogman or something. Holy crap.
That was weird. Hold on, I'm rewinding that. I want to see that again. I missed most of it.
Oh, there's two ways. Holy crap, dude, this trail goes on forever. It just got really quiet
Dude,
really
it was like,
fast.
did somebody turn the volume off on nature?
I know.
Oh, can you imagine how horrified he is right now?
God, bro.
Like, I'm scared watching him. Dude, wait a minute.
Yeah, if that's
I've
fake,
heard
that's fake.
I've never had this happen. I mean, I've heard of it happening.
Hello?
When I got my Bigfoot EVP in Beaver Creek State Park, it got really quiet and noticeable, but it wasn't like God went, okay, turn the volume off, everybody. We need quiet here. It was like everybody in the neighborhood was like, oh shit, he's in trouble. Be quiet. Maybe he won't see us sitting here. Let him get the dude on the motorcycle. Shh, 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 shh.
Yeah, that was weird, man.
I've heard of it, but being in all seriousness, I've heard of this happening in major, like, you know, cryptid or paranormal events. I've always wondered what it was like, and we just saw it. That was nuts. All the animals and crickets were like,
oh god, there's even more bones than last time.
There he is, he's out.
Looks like we've already passed it a while ago, but that tree is gone.
That's weird.
I'm probably gonna turn around soon.
That's right, BJ.
Oh, there's two ways.
You could have
Holy
saved
crap,
me
dude,
some
this
trouble.
trail goes on forever.
Wow,
It just got really quiet really fast.
What is it? Like, see, he just looked and he's just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That's pure terror right there.
He's breathing harder, like. this might be legit.
Oh, I think it is legit. I really do. I don't know what that was.
I wouldn't like you to leave.
They show it like froze, like right there. They show it. I wish they could clear that up. Oh,
Bro,
wow.
I've seen that
dude.
so many times on my other channel where I post.
That's like a cryptid of some type. Oh my God, how horrifying. He was about to be a missing 411 too. Yeah, look at that, dude. What the hell?
Dude, I have exactly seen that before. Exactly. Oh, you disappeared, man. It's all right. But yeah, guys, I've seen this exact same picture. Let me know if y'all have seen this exact same creature before. The two huge eyes, like it could be a rake. It could be literally like, I don't know if I believe in frogmen, but I'm in Ohio. I did a frogman case once, and it was kind of crazy. I'm just saying I'm not saying I believe, but like I went from never believing to like, okay, it might be real. I don't know. But yeah, Matt probably, his system probably failed, so I don't have control. There he is. There he is. He's back. Can you hear us? You muted. Yeah.
Weird as hell.
There you go.
I was playing that video. I was staring at that thing, and it was like somebody came in here and this happened the other night on my live stream. My camera got switched to my integrated camera, my laptop, and my mic got shut off. But I mean, it's just a second to turn my stuff back on. But that's weird. Like, why would that happen? Like,
dude, I know. I just went through it. I have no idea. That last video.
But right when I was staring at that thing, that's when it happened. I was staring at it, and that's when everything went like. Bleh. Where did you see that thing before? I was listening to you.
Okay, I forgot to tell you this, but like, I'm not gonna say the other creator. He's a big creator. He let me work on this channel where we were splitting things and doing things, and he ended up giving me the channel recently.
Good night, Karen. Thank you. Sorry, Mike. Good night, Karen.
Thank you. And
good night, Lisa. We're shutting down anyway, guys. Anybody that's leaving,
yeah, we're about to
go ahead, buddy. What were you saying?
Yeah, I want you to know this, Matt, so you can react later if you want. Some of the videos I think are 100% fake, but you know, my time is limited, so I find these videos and I just put them up there for the viewer to decide. It's called Monster Trail Cams.
Okay.
And now I got, I think, close to 100 videos up. And I'm going to go hard in November because October is all about stories. And I do this thing called Hell Month where I put out like triple the output. But in November, I'm going to go back on and go hard. But if you ever want to react to any of those, feel free. You know,
thank you. I will.
Yeah, because I have about 100 videos up now, me and the person that started it. But now it's officially my channel. So it's kind of cool.
Love it. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, send me the link and I will next show. We'll spend time on your stuff. I love it, man.
Some of the crap is AI. I'm telling you, some of the crap is 100% AI because I let people.
You can't help it, man. I mean,
but yeah, they get mad at me, but I'm like, yo, y'all sent this in. Like,
yeah, right. Yes. Some of the people send it. Like I said, you know, you guys send me stuff. I ask you to, but I like the last one with Josh. I'm like, hey guys, after he left, I'm like, I'll put my foot down. Send me some good stuff. Take your time. Find me some decent stuff. It doesn't have to be like world shaking, but if you see it looks like there's a plastic Bigfoot car. Like there's this horrible video of people say, is it a Bigfoot? It's like some guy molded a giant unmoving Bigfoot costume and its hand is like stuck like this.
I probably have that picture on there. Yeah.
It's so terrible. Yeah. And I'm like, somebody sent it in. I'm like, I'm not even playing that, man. It's so bad. So anyway,
I just the link, but yeah, I feel I have some good ones on there that I think are legitimate, like real. You know, you can see the crown of the Bigfoot, but I'm just saying. So I think like 10% are probably real, but still. Like that 10% with 4K cameras and stuff nowadays. How come we can't catch them, bro?
Oh, there I got the link right there, man. That's so freaking awesome, brother. I'm glad you told me. I'm excited.
I totally forgot. Yeah,
and dude, I'll have you back on, man. If you're doing that, you've definitely got to be a regular, man.
Dude, I'm down to be a regular. Let's do
Awesome.
it, bro.
For
Come on.
sure. This is I told you, man, this is a new format that people are digging. They're loving it, man. We just come here. It's just kind of like a hangout party. We get, like I said, we get serious sometimes. You know, I'll be,
I love it.
you know, it's gotta be, you can't just be like, oh yeah, man.
And
It's
next
all
time,
real.
my boy, I'll fix this ill microphone that I got right next to me. I've never used it yet, but it plugs right into my thing. It's like kind of the one you got, so my
Okay.
sound will be better. And I'll make sure I only got 3 hours of sleep in the last 2-3 days, so
That's more than
I'll
me,
be
bro.
more up next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yo. Yeah, dude, I got a Rode pod, man. I love Rode, man.
Oh, bro, they
You
make
know, I put the
they're
pod
good.
filter on it, but
Yeah.
Rode is everything. Because, you know, I'm a sports broadcaster, and my board, I have the Rodecaster Pro that runs my games and stuff.
Right,
And
right.
they just got great stuff, man.
I got the
love
Rhodes up here, bro. This one I got specially because I was almost going to get one of those Sures, but I was like, oh, this one seems like the same for a budget. I wish I would have got the Shure, but this is like called a Hyper X Cast. I don't know. It was like 180
I've seen
bucks.
those.
It's
Yeah,
decent. It's decent.
those are good. Supposed to be good.
Yeah, they got good sound. Yeah.
So like I got the shotgun mic, the Video G mic or whatever from
Yep.
Rode.
Yep.
I don't know how to use it yet because it's not easy, man.
Let me see it. Let me see which one you're talking about.
Let me undo. It's like on my.
Is it on your camera or?
No. Yeah. Here, hold on. I'm not even using it right now. Yeah, it was on my one thing.
Yeah, dude,
So-
that's what I record with, like, for all my YouTube videos.
We're gonna have to talk because I don't know how to set it. It's
Oh, bro, that thing right there, it just
Yeah.
plugs into a regular like, do you have a
yeah,
a
but there's
camera?
the settings though, and when like I got it for specifically to be my shotgun mic at the games for crowd mic,
Yeah, it's good for
and
that
I'm just
too.
not sure how to set it. You know what I mean? Because there's settings. It's got the different gains and stuff on the back, and
Oh, see, mine don't have that. You got
you
the
have the
special one.
smaller one. This is the
I
big
got
one.
the regular one and the smaller one. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
the
this
big
is
one.
the long one. Yeah, this is the big one, and it's got all these gains and stuff on it. So I've got to learn how to. I
Bro,
gotta
real
figure out
quick
how to
on
do it.
YouTube, you could just say average gain for Rode microphone. Boom.
Yeah, I think it's called the Video NG. I forget what it's called. We'll figure it out. I need
Yeah.
a crowd mic. So everybody, I wanted to say to Mike, thank you so much, brother, for coming. I had a great time with
Thank you for having me, man. This was
Thanks
awesome.
for making the thumbnail as well. And like I said, man,
I got
your
you.
family here. You'll be when you want to come back. We'll have you on. I'll remind you. Everybody that's here. I saw you guys in the chat saying you subscribe to Mike. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Make sure you also subscribe to everybody that's here. BJ, Kel, Josie, Al 13, anybody else that's here. Support them, guys. That's what we do.
Support the family so the family can grow. That's it.
Right. And guys, remember, so I gotta let you guys know I'm in this competition. It's like a national competition. It's for the faces. It's called Faces of Halloween. And they do it every year. It's like big deal. You can win this thing and win a big chunk of money, and then you meet like Jamie Lee Curtis and some other like Kane
No
Hodder who played Jason Voorhees, and they
No
put you're in a show with him. He's like in a ghost show, which will help the channel huge.
How'd you get in there? How do we support you?
Well, I leave the link in. BJ will put it. And I've been in for a while, so I signed up and I was like stuck at number 14 forever. And then I'm like, why don't I ask? I just like it clicked. I'm like, why am I not asking my people? So for the day that I posted it, I went from 14 to number 1.
No
So
way.
I was going back and forth with this person for a while, and it's not a guy, guys. It's a girl. She's a graphic artist. She works in like a movie studio that does like artists like makeup and stuff. I thought it was a guy. It was like dressed up as like this clown thing, and I was like, okay, so I'm going back and forth with this dude. It's a guy. No, it's a girl. But my people stepped up and they shut it down. I've been number 1 for like a month, for like 3 weeks or something. So I thought this was the end of it, but I kept seeing comments saying group. So I found out the other day, I got sent a specific email. There are a number of tiers. So there are 3 more tiers coming, guys. So I'm moving to the next one. dude, I don't see how anybody has a chance against me with all these people. So I'd appreciate it, buddy, if you would ask your people to just give me a vote. You can vote once a day. And that's what I'm going like big. I'm asking everybody that has channels, just
100%, bro. That's so cool.
thank you. It's just once a time a day,
So
man. Just
other
put
than
a
the money, you
reminder
get
up.
to meet Jamie Lee Curtis? Or
Yeah,
like,
if you go to the site,
Bro.
and I'll share it to you. I'll send it to your phone, and it has everything up. Like you can win, a chunk of money. It has the total, and then you have other positives. But for me, having the YouTube channel, like for me, it'll be like so much bigger because it will like my channel will explode.
Bro,
Like
that's
so. I really don't think I can lose with my people and with everybody. So if you wouldn't mind making a community post and asking them to just take their time once a day, man, just give me a vote. It will be huge. Like for my family, it will be really a big deal.
That's huge. I'll definitely
Yeah, man.
Of course. I got you.
So there's 3 more rounds, and I think it takes like a week for the round. So it's going to end quick. But now it's like this next group of people, and then they dwindle it down, and then you move on to the top. If you make it through the next top 5, and then it's you, which I mean, I am.
Bro, I'd be honestly careful telling who this to, because like there's other big Instagram people and stuff that I'm sure if they got on there, they could get like 100,000 votes in a day. So just don't even tell them.
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't know.
You're right. Okay. Yeah. I'll be careful for sure.
Be careful.
I haven't been like screaming out to the world, just to like my YouTube people.
Yeah. Just keep it in
all I
small
need
circles.
for sure. Thanks, brother. Guys, we're gonna head out. Mike needs to get some rest. I actually am gonna record. I'm recording our things tonight.
Are you really?
Yeah, guys. So just to let you know, me and Mike have a collaboration that we've been trying to get done for like months because we're so busy.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing this collab together. It's going to be done. I'm going to be done tonight. So I would like to get it out very soon. Him and I are going to have a video each on each other's channels.
Yeah. So like 2 on yours and then 2 on, yep.
So it's coming, guys. It's going to be awesome. I told you a lot of stuff's going to be thrown out on the 412. The next thing I want to do really is get ours out, man. That's important to me. So thanks for being here, guys. Everybody, thank you for being here, for supporting the channel.
Thank you, guys.
Mike, and for giving the support to the channel and giving those donations too. It's so appreciated. And the next thing you will get a narration with 3 Dogman stories from me, and with me and him, our collab. Hopefully in the next week we'll be done. Well, no, it will be done. All right, guys. You guys have a good night. We're getting out of here. We'll see my man Josh. We're out.
There are things in this world that we cannot understand. Things we thought were myth. Mysteries that defy reality. And even darker conspiracies. What Lurks Beneath will take you deep into real cases and accounts of the strange and supernatural that will leave you wondering the truth about what's truly around us. You won't want to miss this one.
In today's world, video isn't optional, it's essential. At Full Res Films, we bring your story to life with cinematic quality and creative vision. From corporate videos that inspire, to powerful testimonials that build trust, to breathtaking drone footage that elevates your brand. Whether it's live events, training videos, music videos, or documentaries, our team captures every moment. Don't settle for ordinary, choose Full Res Films, and let's create something amazing together. FullResFilms.com, 216-201-9649.
Planet 412 is your channel through the veil, where cryptids walk, UFOs soar, and the paranormal whispers in the dark. From chilling storytelling, eerie narrations, and on-location investigations, to live streams, exclusive interviews, and shocking reviews of the bizarre, Planet 412 is your front row seat to the supernatural. Subscribe now, Planet 412 on YouTube. Do you believe?